Thank you. Let's give a round of applause to Nat real quick.
Stop it!
For continuing to stream our amazing campaign and also taking the initiative to start his own campaign stuff. Um, I know he's against streaming it, but maybe we'll be able to convince him down the road to like do something with it. Okay. Before we jump into tonight's session, I would like to continue the new tradition of giving shout outs to the amazing artists, including Moose. Again, thank you for amazing character art that you've done so far in this campaign.
The amazing artists, including Moose. Again, thank you
Conrad,
for.
I can hear you like really hardcore coming through you. Or is that me, or did you guys all hear?
It was him.
Okay.
It was me, my bad. I was
There's-
testing the stream.
Okay, yeah, because there's a glitch where sometimes you can hear yourself, and it's only ever one person who does it. So I just want to make sure. Okay, so again, before we, yeah. Anyways, I already said that. See, you fucked me up, Conrad. So for this campaign, all of our maps and token assets come from two amazing people. The first is maps. All of our map assets come from Mythic Portal Games. They offer a wide range of different themes and settings, ranging from dark caverns to desert abodes and sci-fi to fantasy themes. They offer mini map packs that adhere to certain theme or building essential packs that offer tons of assets to let you build your own cities or dark dungeons to your own design. You can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Mythic Portal Games or on Roll20 by searching their names, either Mythic Portal Games or 1 Minute Maps. Also, for this campaign, we have token assets provided by Devin Knight. He offers a wide range of character and monster tokens, ranging from little known wizards all the way up to Tiamat the Dragon Queen, and all those in between. He has many different themed packs and hero packs to help you find a token for your character or evil villain or any other character that you could possibly need for your campaign. You can find him at immortalknights.com/token site, or by searching Devin Knight on Roll20. All of these assets are affordable, well made, and with all these assets, I find that I can bring my world to life for my players and our tiny amount of viewers that we have. Also, shout out to whatever viewers that we have because, yay, thanks. Yeah, even if you're friends or whatever of the players, it's still appreciated. Okay, that's all my shout outs I would like to give for this evening. Shout out to you, Sketch, for being so cute and cuddly. Okay. Last we saw the heroes of the Onyx Circle. They had just returned to town, and they were getting ready and prepared and excited for a fighting competition that happens yearly in Letest, hosted by Lady Catmera and the Squawking Box. You guys had found out what the bracket was for the first round, and you guys immediately prepared for your fight. Then, the first round went through with Nat having a very close victory against Conrad. Then Sin had to go against Patron, a red scale dragonborn, but Lady Cat used her ability of a challenge or a champion's challenge to challenge Sin because previously he had challenged her. He had summoned his giant icy fist as per usual of his fights, and Lady Cat proceeded to smash the fist and then him, and turned him into a little puddle of gnome wizard jelly. The third round was Damasaries versus Grell, a dwarf, human. You guys aren't quite sure. He's about human height, but seemed to have a lot of dwarvish features. And Damasaries basically mollywopped him. It was not much of a fight. And then the fourth round was Cletus versus Raquel, an orcish woman, and it did not go very smoothly for Cletus. He lost that match. And then proceeding from then, second match was Nat versus Patron. She kind of whooped his ass a little bit, but then it started getting down towards the end of the fight, and it was getting real close, and they both knocked each other out, and it came down to a split decision. So be with the decision, Nat was seen as the winner, and she was the one who moved on. The other fight of the second round was Damasaries versus Raquel, where they had the longest fight of the competition, because the two behemoths just refused to go down, and there were multiple times where they were almost knocked out, but because of their abilities as barbarians, they just kept going and going and going. During the tussle, Raquel was on top of Damasaries, beating him, and halfway through her beating him, she just grabbed him and kissed him, and then marked him with a bloody handprint, composed of both of their bloods. You guys had heard that orcs have some very strange traditions from tribe to tribe, and I can't remember who, but someone heard that sometimes orcs are known to mark their prey, or
It
things
was
that they
Conrad.
claim. Conrad. And so Damus Ares kind of was a little bit love struck of this new orcish woman that he met, but he had won that fight, and the finals came down to Nat and Damus Ares in probably one of the, I wouldn't say closest, because there was a lot of fights of this competition that were very close, but it came down to the wire where Damus Ares was at death's door, and he just happened to be able to do just enough damage to knock Nat out. But the fighting competition ended with Damus Ares as the champion, with Nat taking a very close second. Preceding the fight, the tavern just Corin proceeded to play music for the evening while everyone enjoyed the rest of the evening. Eventually, you guys got seen by the Welton family, who congratulated you guys for giving an amazing show and doing so well. You guys also got to see Captain Welton drunk for the first time. And then after that, you guys had a relatively just okay conversation with some of the fighters and warriors and group of badasses from Throggermere who came over to your table. Basically telling you guys that it was an amazing fight, and that if you guys ever found yourself in Throggermere, that they might have some work or a place for you. Preceding that, the party proceeded to get drunk. One by one, you guys went to bed. Ruia passed out on the table along with Nat, and they were both had to be carried up to the room to be put to bed. And that's where we last saw our heroes, passing out from a drunken night of fighting, partying, and fun. I'm loving it. I don't know why I said that. Okay. Now I gotta remember who. Okay. Cletus,
Yes.
you are waking up. Your head is pounding. You feel like shit.
I'm sure it does.
As you're rolling around and moving, like, you just feel bruises. You feel that tenderness from, basically getting your meat tenderized from the previous evening. You're feeling really rough. But you wake up and you immediately hear all the snoring, and also, before I continue, make sure everyone is at full health and all that good jazz. But Cletus, you find yourself awake, very sore, in a lot of pain, and you hear snoring all throughout the room of your passed out comrades. What do you do?
Is it like morning, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it's morning.
Okay.
It's late morning.
Alright, I'm just gonna head down to the bar.
Okay. When you get down there, oops, I messed up. Give me a second. Because these also apparently did not save. Okay, I don't need the recent uploads. Stop breaking on me. What are you doing to me, Roll20? No. Just give me a second. Basically, what you see down there is you do see a few people from last night's fight, the Throggermere people. And you also see Lady Cat and Felt.
Cool. I'll just plop down at the bar and ask Lady Cat for some breakfast, please.
Okay. She says, "Good morning. You're looking rather rough."
Yeah, Raquel kicked my ass.
Yeah, she'll do that. I'm sure she's still kicking Damasaries' ass right about now.
Yeah, he's one lucky man.
I mean, have you ever slept with an orc?
No, but he's getting more action than I am.
Then you really can't say he's lucky until you've experienced it. And she just whew, she fans herself off. You immediately think that she's thinking back to some long ago time when she had a run-in with an orc or two, and yeah.
You seem to know Raquel. How do you know her?
Oh, I know her whole family. I actually helped train her and her sister for a few years way back.
Cool.
Sorry, I was looking for something. But she gives you a nod and starts heading back towards the back room to prepare your breakfast. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Pause right there. Conrad,
Yes.
you're waking up and you have the worst hangover in pain you have probably ever woken up and experienced.
He's like, opens his eyes and like kind of closes it again, like, and he just kind of lifts up, just like The Walking Dead, kind of like, Any aches?
All over. Every time she clocked you with her gigantic talons and fiery fists,
Mm-hmm.
like you're just tender.
So Conrad, he sits up, turns around, tries to stand up,
Okay.
falls down.
As soon as you stand up for that brief moment, you do see Sin sitting leaned up against his desk, just kind of staring off into the void.
Conrad just picks himself back up after he fell down. And so where's Sin?
He's right where he is.
Okay. Morning, Sin.
No response.
Conrad's gonna kind of slowly walk up to him. What is he doing?
He's just leaning. He's sitting down on his butt. His back is against his desk. Agumon is sitting at the desk, like with his head in his hands, just staring at Sin with a really big smile on his face.
Conrad just gonna slowly make his way. By the way, are the others like actually like there?
You mean Ruia and Nat?
Yeah, and I assume. Well, I probably can't see Corin,
You
but
can't see Corin.
okay. Are the others still there?
Yes.
Okay. So Conrad's just gonna kind of slowly make his way towards Sin.
Okay.
Sin.
Nothing. He's just staring.
What's he staring at?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I was about to say. Second.
Okay. You kind of lean down to try to get on his level, and like you gotta pause for a second. You're like, "Whoop." You're like, oh, leaning over.
Yeah.
The best idea, but you're like, okay, I got this. You kind of have to like anchor yourself on the desk a little bit so you don't fall on him. But you get down towards his level, and you kind of look where he's looking, and you're like, oh, he's not looking at anything.
Conrad's just trying to snap his fingers right in front of him.
Nothing.
Okay, he's gonna touch him.
Okay, you touch him. Where do you touch him?
I kind of like poke him in the forehead a little bit.
He swipes at your hand, but very like just half-assed and just like fuck off.
You okay?
He's nothing.
I guess inside just to see if he's like or be inside or healed to be see if he's physically okay. Like if this is a mental thing.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
You've seen men have this look before.
Mhm.
Mostly in Cletus and Damasaries. That just look of just absolute terror and defeat at the hands of Lady Catmera.
Okay. Take your time, buddy. He's gonna slowly walk away, just like it's definitely an ordeal what you went through.
At this time, Cletus, you've gotten your meal.
Yeah. And then Conrad's just gonna make his way downstairs.
Okay.
I just start digging in.
You make your way downstairs and you see Cletus gobbling up a meal of food. Not gobbling, like eating it. Like,
Yeah, 1 second.
Good morning, Conrad.
He's like, he's like clutching the stairs as he goes down.
Yeah, I feel it too.
One moment.
and at this time you see Grell, one of the Golden Dragonborns, and a few of the guards that they were with kind of like leave the tavern.
Okay. Conrad's gonna wave at them as he comes by. Sorry about that.
A couple of them nod. Grell kind of looks over at you and like gives you like a knowing nod, like, "Oh, good morning." Like he recognizes you from the fight.
And so then Conrad just kind of slowly shuffles to the stool and just like waves over whoever's sitting at the bar.
Yeah. Lady Cat is sitting there smiling her ass off, just watching this ordeal happen, and she's like, "Man, I thought he looked like shit."
Uh,
Yeah, I may have got beaten up, but he got beaten up and wasted.
do you have anything that can stop the pain, Kevin? Please.
Of course I do. And she starts cracking her knuckles.
I mean, not permanently, just something to
She's
take
like,
the
"Oh,
edge
this ain't
off.
gonna be permanent." And she
Uh.
starts walking around the bar and starts walking over towards you.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "Hey, look at this!" And she holds up her hand, and it looks like there's something really small in her hand.
He looks at it.
You gotta get real close. Give me your perception check.
Can I do an intelligence check to see if she's gonna hit me first?
This would be an insight.
Okay, insight then.
You don't know. She's hard to read.
Okay, he's kind of wobbly, so he'll do it. Perception, I guess.
Yep. And as you're leaning into it, boom, lightning quick, right to your chest. Your whole body seizes up. You can't move, but you also don't feel anything. And then she grabs your collar and she's like, "I'll be right back. 1 second, honey." She says that to you, Cletus, as she starts dragging you into the back room.
Have fun, buddy!
I'm just gonna move him, just like as she's like driving.
The other patrons at the bar are just kind of watching this happen, like just raising an eyebrow. You see their confused look as you're being dragged into the back room. I believe this is your first time back here.
Yes, it is.
No. You're the one who warned them during the ant attack, weren't you?
That was when they went upstairs. I never went to the back room.
Okay, I remember one of you guys went in the back room. But you are now in the kitchen. And you see Trey like moving some stuff, and he like raises an eyebrow, and he immediately goes down a hatch, down into some basement or something. He sees her dragging you in and just stops carrying something, and immediately U-turns and goes back downstairs. And she kind of plops you against the wall, and she's like, and then she strikes you again right in the same spot, and you can move. Yeah, it is exactly like that. Like you were still able to breathe, but it was so like shallow, and you had enough oxygen to stay consciousness, but like your heart and everything comes back into working order suddenly, and it's just ugh. And she's like, "So now, before I let you go on this date with one of my kids, are you gonna tell me what the fuck happened last night?"
Oh, sorry, what?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Erie. Don't make me ask again.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's just something that it happened. I don't know what exactly how that happened. It's more of like we were on the quest, and out of nowhere, I had this.
Call it a quest. Come on, don't be a child. But continue.
We were on this job. He kind of rolls his eyes at that. But I had, and he's kind of, let's just say I had a bit of a traumatic experience, and I turned into that. And after I was like kind of calmed down, I kind of felt like that I was able to call on it again, and I figured might as well use it in the fight.
She kind of eyes you up and down, and she's like, "You sit right there." And she goes that "I'm watching you" thing,
Mhm.
and you see her go over to the hatch and disappear. And about like a minute or two later, she comes back up.
Okay.
And she has like a piece of cord with like beads across it. And she walks over. She's like, "Hold out your hand."
Does so. But he does it kind of like scared, like it's like he's
you,
worried.
Apprehensively go to like raise up your hand. She snatches it and pulls it towards her.
Okay.
You can try to fight it if you want.
No, he's not going to. He already knows.
And she just lets go and has your hand out there. She takes the set of beads and she just wraps it around your hand. And she ties it off a couple times and knots it. Then she grabs the knot. She holds up her hand, like almost like a half prayer pose. She closes her eyes for a second, and when she opens them, there's a flash of bright, radiant energy. And as soon as it disappears, she removes her hand, and there's no more knot. It is now one solid piece. And she's like, "Okay, well, you wear that, and I don't have to worry about you."
What is this? He looks confused.
You don't need to worry about that. And then she turns you around and smacks your ass to leave her kitchen.
Thanks, I guess. He just slowly walks out.
Yeah, the door closes and you hear from the kitchen, "You're welcome. Your breakfast will be out in a second."
What is today?
Go ahead and write in your inventory, bracelet? Question mark.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna write it that way too.
Did you have fun in there, buddy?
I don't even know what to call what just happened.
What did happen?
Chimera hit me, as you saw, and she gave me this, and he just going to hold it up.
Oh, you got some jewelry. That's cute.
Yeah, I don't know what it does.
Yeah, it's basically a leather cord with these just small stone beads that are on there, and each one has like something inscribed on it.
So can I do? What would it be to kind of check to see what it is?
You don't recognize the language. Could you do an Arcana check? No, you're not trained in Arcana. Nope. Honestly, this is kind of beyond you.
Okay. I don't know what this is. I would ask Sin, but he's just kind of bucked in the head right now.
Been there, done that. It sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna pause on you guys real quick. Nat and Maria, you guys wake up. Your heads are both pounding. Nat, your head is pounding, and you are sore as fuck. Like your entire body hurts. Considering you made it all 3 rounds and you got to participate in 3 fights, you were the most fucked up out of anyone out of this group. So you are sore.
She tried so hard to get out of bed. She is pretty much rolling.
Yeah, you pretty much roll out of bed and just flop on the floor.
Ah!
Rose not even doing that. She's getting the cover and covering her head even more and just like, ow, I don't wanna. Nope.
Maria, immediately the scene strikes you. You're in a large open room. A room you've never seen before. And a bed that you've never seen before. And you just heard something go, ow!
Yeah, she's gonna, after hearing that, immediately look up and find out where the noise is coming from. It's like, where the hell am I?
Yeah.
In the room, You see the room with Nat face down on the ground. You see Sin lean up against a table, just like staring off into nothing.
Are you okay?
No! That says. Nat doesn't even bother to get up. She's just like, eh.
She just walk up to Nan and just, Poker, do you need a hand?
I need a lot of things right now. But I guess? And she holds out her hand.
Yeah, she tries and pulls Nat up.
It feels like a noodle in your arm. Area.
Nice.
Okay, I can do this. I can do this.
As soon as you pull her up, give me a perception check, Ruya.
Shall do.
It wasn't a hard DC. There are bruises everywhere on her.
Are you sure you're okay? Right.
Let's just get me downstairs.
Yeah, I'll try and look for a door and I'll help her downstairs.
The door's right over there. She points to it.
Yeah, there's only one door in this room.
Yeah, she
You
points
go
over
through
there.
the door, you immediately recognize the hallway. You're like, oh, okay. I'm on the second floor.
Maybe.
You're like, oh, these must be where these strange fuckers stay.
Yeah. No question. Should try and...
Ruia,
Okay.
because of your passive perception compared to everyone else's,
Mm-hmm.
you hear strange grunting and pounding coming down the hallway.
Going from what she's heard last night, she's going to try and ignore it. I imagine I can make a guess of what's going on going by last
No.
week, so I don't know.
Your character was not aware of any of that.
Okay.
You have no fucking clue what this noise is. It sounds like someone's fighting.
Okay, in that case then I'll knock on the door.
Knock on what door?
If it's coming from any particular door then.
Do a perception check.
Oh god, I don't get dragged along.
Yes, she's getting dragged
Yes.
along. She's helping you.
Ria, whatever this is, it's probably not worth it. Trust me.
Right over here, Ruya.
Please, no, Ria. Please, no.
Is I check on that and see what is like what the hesitation?
Please, don't do it, I say with diplomacy.
What's your will score, Ruya?
Ever?
What's your will defense?
19.
I don't know.
No. Why are you guys doing this to me?
It's a strange noise.
I should just go up.
Ah.
Okay. What do you do? It's a little louder now. There's a higher pitched voice grunting and a lower pitched voice that sounds like it's a broken person. Like it's mostly gasps at this point. It's just like
Why, Ruya? Why?
At this point, Nat, you can hear it all as well.
Oh, she's like heavily face palming. With her other noodle of a hand.
And then you hear a doop, 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 doop going towards the door. And the door immediately swings open. I need you guys both to give me a dex check.
Nat just can't. I choose to fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ruya, you go to dodge out of the way, but Nat doesn't move, and you just dodge out of the way. Nat, you're just like, oh, this is gonna suck. As the door swings open, and you're knocked to the ground. Probably at this angle. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
She doesn't even bother to get up. She doesn't even bother to get up after that. She's just.
And the door swings wide open, and there you guys see a near 7 foot tall orcish woman. You see Raquel, completely naked, panting, covered in sweat, just looking at both of you.
I told you, Ruya, it wasn't worth it.
In Ruya, from your angle, you see. Hold on a second. I should probably reveal this area. you see a broken and battered Damasaris just laying on the bed, completely naked. And he's just kind of like looking over at you with his eyes, but he can't move. And you see mass amounts of bruises, mostly around his pelvic area. And a huge erection. And he's almost kind of giving you a look like, help me. Because of your passive insight, you could probably notice that.
Yeah, I imagine I see everything.
Why didn't you listen to me, Ruria? That's...
And she's looking at both of you. What?
Yeah, Ruria, what?
Nothing, just gonna pick up. Nah, look at this orcish woman. Probably be terrified of the orcish woman.
And she looks over at Nat and you and she says, you can have him when I'm done.
Oh.
And she closes the
Wait,
door.
what?
Yeah. She's gonna pick up Nat and like drag her to her room.
What?
Just drag.
Ah!
Well, she's already closed the door.
Nat's like, what? And then gets dragged. Ah!
Yeah. What was that about?
Okay, now you're in the room next to them and you can hear her. Back over the bed. You hear her as she gets back on the bed and you hear more grunting and more. So now you're right next to the room where you can't escape.
Nat doesn't even want to move. And someone's echoing.
I'm gonna do a quick healing murder on now. I know it's only, I feel bad. I feel massively bad.
Okay. You tap her forehead where
Yeah.
the door hit her.
Yeah.
And, you know, the swelling goes down, but there's still a little bit of a bruise there.
Nat's legs look like like they might give out. She just doesn't feel like moving.
Now you guys are sitting in this room, awkwardly in silence, as you hear this grunting and pounding coming from the other room. Now fully 100% aware of what is going on.
You just had to look anyway.
And
Nat looks to
honestly,
her.
At this point, since you guys are in the room, you probably hear the bed knocking against the wall as well.
It sounded like someone was dying? Like, I don't know. I'm sorry the door hit you and she's just, like, keeping her head down.
I'm not mad about that. You just shouldn't have bothered. Nat says. And Nat goes to the earring and says, sorry, Damasaris, I can't help you. I'm just too much of a noodle right now.
That's all you hear. Actually, no, you don't hear anything. Because you cannot reach up to the earring to do anything.
Wait, so we all hear what Nat said, though, right?
Yeah, you guys all hear Nat say that.
What's wrong with Damasaris?
And
Nat, have you betrayed him?
And then as you hear the thumping kind of getting into a crescendo point, you hear the orcish woman start screaming and roaring before it... She stops screaming for a moment and you hear it slow down for a moment and you just hear panting coming from the other room.
Should we go downstairs and pretend this never happened?
No. I will always remember it because of you. So thank you. Just please take me downstairs.
Yeah, she's gonna keep her head down, quite obviously embarrassed about what just happened, and go downstairs.
And as you guys exit the room and start making it down, you guys get about like halfway down the hallway before you hear the noise start to pick up again.
She walks faster. Just walks faster.
Okay, you guys see a stumbling Ruia and Nat coming down the stairs.
Morning.
At this point, Conrad, your food has arrived.
Conrad just drinks the coffee first. I don't think he's something to handle the food yet.
Nat says,
And you
What the
see
fuck was
Lady-
that about, Nat?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No.
Is Damasaris okay? Is he being attacked?
in a sense. Nat says.
Lady Cat is laughing her ass off.
Yeah, we know all about it.
And she looks over at you, Cletus. She's like, I'm telling you, you don't know.
You're right, I don't.
I'd help him, but yeah, I just can't right now. And then, Ruria takes me with her to the door, and she knocks on it, and we just see Raquel all naked, asking what we wanted.
At
What
this
did
point,
you guys want?
Yeah, Maria, what did we want?
it sounded like someone was dying. And at this point, it's like she's got her head down at the table. She's got her hood completely covered her face. She can't even see full of skin.
And then you know, she was like naked, and Deus Ares was naked, and
Lady Cat's laughing. She's like, "Oh God, I hope she doesn't break him before I get another chance at him."
I think he may be dying.
he looks pretty close. In that sense.
She's not gonna kill him. She just, you know, orcs like to claim,
Close.
and you know, she's probably in her mind, she's probably just making sure that Deus Ares will never forget her.
Sounds like he won't.
I mean, he might forget some of his childhood, but you know. And she looks at you two like, yeah, God, you guys all look like shit. Breakfast?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Can I do an intelligence check, or no, wisdom check, to see if I can actually stomach this food?
That would be an endurance check.
All right, endurance.
Oh yeah, really, yeah. I hope you don't mind. I just kind of laid you on one of our extra beds because you were too drunk to function.
Conrad,
that's
the
okay.
eggs are a
Thank
little
you.
runny, but the rest of the food looks pretty okay.
Okay, so he'll eat.
What'd you say, Rulia?
Oh no, thank you, Cletus. That was nice.
No problem.
She had the nerve to say we can have him when she's done. What's that supposed to mean?
I mean,
Means
you were
we can
not.
have him when she's done.
She's too tired to be mad about it.
It's okay. We don't need him today. Today is recovery day, and for some of us,
Well,
it's a
not for
date
him.
day.
Yeah, I got a thing. Howard says he's just.
So we heard, and that points at him with her noodly arm.
I just didn't think I'd be this beat.
You'll survive, maybe.
Yeah, you actually sound pretty okay, Cletus. I'm surprised.
Hmm. Got beat up once, and I didn't get wasted either. So I'm still hurting pretty bad, but not as bad as you two.
Eh.
3, actually. You can tell that Ruria is not doing well.
Yay.
Eat some food, Rulia. It helps.
Coffee helps.
You just like see a thumbs up and continues to hide her face.
And after a few minutes, Lady Cat comes out with your two's breakfast.
Thank you. And then num num num.
And she walks up and she takes your hood and throws it back.
Okay, wait, what? And she's immediately like trying to get it back on, back into hiding,
She's like, I'll keep yanking it.
and I'll keep putting it back on.
Okay, then take your food.
Rulia, it's just
Then take your food.
Lady
to your
Cat.
room. I, you know, at least let me enjoy watching you enjoy my food. Come on now, that's rude. She's sitting there with a smile on her face.
Lady Cat always gets what she wants, Rulia. Just accept it.
See,
You
the
see-
cowman's smart.
People won't be mad though.
And they'll get to meet my fist.
And you see what happened to Sin.
I was gonna say, I take I would I remember that?
You do.
Okay. Yeah, she just nods at that.
Okay, but she's also going to use diplomacy.
Yeah.
Oh, she rolled a 5, so that's a 27. You've seen what she can do. You feel a little bit confident that you might be a little safe in her hands.
Okay, she'll keep her head down, but eat away.
And it is delicious.
It's delicious.
Actually, I'm gonna need a roll for Maria and Nat, an endurance check.
I was close to just face planting into the food.
Okay. Maria, you might want to stay away from the eggs. They're a little runny. They're just
Yeah.
But
Yep.
everything else looks good. Nat, same thing.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
You know, you guys all three of you guys kind of have to poke your food a little bit and then start eating it. And it's little bits at a time. It's a slow recovery time.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ruya,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any idea what this is? Kind of lifts up his forearm.
You know, I take a gander.
And immediately, Lady Cat's like, "Don't tell him. This is way more amusing."
Come on, Ruya.
Can I do an inside check on? Or
On her?
yeah, on her.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's hard to read, but you get the sense that she's very amused that Conrad has no fucking clue what is on his hand right now.
I was gonna say, what check would I need to do to figure out what it is?
Arcana, but you need to be trained in it.
I'm not trained in it.
Nadlin, do you know about this?
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have no idea even if I knew.
Knew about what? Nat says.
He shows her
Go
his
back to
forearm.
dinner.
Connor got some jewelry from Lady Cat.
Don't tell him.
she does a check.
Lady Cat frowns.
Well, just because I'm doing a check doesn't mean I'm gonna tell him.
You have no fucking clue what this is.
Yeah.
You do recognize one of the beads, one of the symbol on it. Strangely, you understand what the word is.
And what's the word?
Banishment, and in primordial.
Write that down. Yeah, leaning back too far, she just falls on the floor. Just.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's a nice
You
necklace.
don't know shit. It's a bracelet.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Wonderful, because like, Nat just fell on the ground. He's like, okay, that's not gonna be no help.
And
Come on, Nat.
just as this ridiculousness is happening, you guys watch as the tavern door opens, and there, standing at 8 foot tall, red, luscious crimson skin, you see Pain. And she immediately scans the tavern and locks eyes where Conrad is. And you just see her big, toothy, sharp tooth grin just grinning at you. I'm super happy. And you see a little bit of blush on her face as she starts walking towards you.
He waves, but like it's a weakly wave because he's weak.
Go.
I imagine you can tell that he's hurting.
Honestly, she doesn't seem to notice or care.
Okay.
So she kind of walks up to you with like both of her hands behind her back, kind of clasped together like a schoolgirl about ready to ask someone out on a date. Which is the first time you guys have seen Pain act this way. It's a little weird. But she walks up to you, Conrad, and she's like, "Are you ready?"
Yes, hang on. He's like, sips as much coffee as he can, and then he gets ready to go. Like,
She's like, "Make sure to grab all your stuff just in case."
out of character, did he grab all his stuff or no?
No, you just came downstairs.
Okay, I'll be a moment.
Okay.
I'll meet you out here.
She's like, "Oh, I mean, I can help you carry. You look a little rough."
Thank you. That would be really helpful.
Okay. She goes up to your room and she helps you carry. And on the way, she's like, "So, how'd you enjoy the fighting competition?"
It was fun. I got beat up a lot, and I drank too much. Conrad says, like,
You participated?
I did actually. Yes.
Oh, she's smiling over this. Like she's surprised, but looks very happy that you fought. She's like, "Oh, well, how well did you do?"
I didn't get past the first round, but it was
But it was what?
It was close. Close.
I'm sure you'll get him next time.
Yeah, those magical abilities are kind of tough. It's just he's just kind of broken a little bit.
Well, you can tell me all about it today on the trip.
I will.
But she helps you gather your stuff, and you guys head back downstairs. And yeah, what do you do? She's starting to head towards the door.
Oh no, he's going with her.
Okay.
See you guys,
Watch
Connor waves.
Have fun. Go get her, Tiger. Nat does figure.
Bye, Conrad.
Nat does.
Bye, Pain.
Nat does figure crossbows from the floor, just like yeah.
Okay. So Conrad, you leave the squawking box. And you guys get a little bit away from the tavern before she's like, "Oh, I actually, I secured us a ride down to the docks."
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Well, you know, I don't want you to get tired out before we even get there. Because I plan on doing many things to tire you out. And she slaps you on your ass with her tail.
He gives her a
It's very
sly wink.
similar.
Yeah.
He's like,
He gives her a wink. He was trying to cover up the pain.
Yeah. He kind of winks a little bit with the wink, like, yeah, tough it out. Be
Yep.
a man, be a man, be a man. But you guys walk over, and she leads you over to the middle gate. Give me a perception check.
Yes, I will. 1 sec.
Not a super high DC. One thing strikes you as odd as you're making your way through the market,
Mm-hmm.
is there are guards posted up outside of Valmart.
What's going on over there? Conrad points that out.
She looks over, shrugs her shoulders. She's like, I don't know. I just got back in.
Yeah. How was your trip, by the way?
It was okay. I had to deal with my asshole of a friend, so, you know. But you'll see.
Okay.
And she leads you over to a cart with a elderly female who looks over and sees you in pain walking, and she smiles. She's like, "Oh, are you guys ready to go?"
Yes, we are.
Well, wonderful. Hop on in the back.
He does so.
And it's not like the same carts that you guys have driven in previously. These are not like the Celestia or the main carts of the
Mhm.
city. Like this looks like a privately owned one. It's a lot smaller, a lot more simple. You know, but you guys sit in it, and you know the cart begins to move, and you guys make your way through the gate, and you guys start heading south towards the docks.
Mhm.
We're gonna pause right there on yours. We'll come back.
Okay.
The rest of you guys just watched as Conrad has left the tavern.
I was gonna say, is Nat still on the floor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Nat.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna pause my arm. I was like, do you want to lift back up? Just hold
No.
her hand.
She just says no.
Come on, Nat.
You hear
Yeah.
large thumping on the ground walking towards you, Nat.
Nat does that thing where she's on the floor, but she like lifts her head back to try and look and see what it is.
You see 3 very large humanoids looking over at you.
Hello there, Nat says as she looks up at them.
It's strange to see one of the finalists in such rough shape.
Having a lot of fights does probably do that to people, and she says. Ow.
Just tough it out.
She will eventually.
Oh, I am.
She's not used to getting people and getting wasted in the same night.
That's just a warrior's night.
Yeah. Her max until now has only been getting beat up by 2 people and getting drunk.
Yeah, and this is Lanu speaking, the giant turtle. Sorry, I should have clarified that.
Nat does get up.
Well, we're about ready to head out. We're on our trip back to Throgomir. Just wanted to wish you guys goodbye and hope to see you around.
That was very nice to meet you, gentlemen. Thank you for saying goodbye. Have safe travels on your way back.
Thank you. And Lanu kind of like nods towards you, and then you see the Golden Dragonborn elbow Patron, and Patron looks over and he's like at the Golden Claw, and he looks towards you, Nat, and gives like a half bow, says thank you for your wonderful training, and he raises his head, and they begin to walk out.
Nat does like a little bit of a bow back and says it was a great fight. And she gives like a little wave, noodle wave.
And the Golden Claw waves at you as he leaves.
Nice people. Nice people. And sits back down. Eh.
And you guys hear dragging coming down the stairs.
We hear dragging?
Yeah.
From where?
The stairs.
Oh, okay.
As you see Sin crawling along the floor.
Is this more drunk and beaten up crawling, or is he like actually
You have no clue.
damaged?
Morning, buddy.
He kind of like stops, looks back. He's like, "Fuck," and then he disappears. And,
We already know you're here. There's no point to be visible now.
and you guys watch as Lady Cat is looking at the floor, and her eyes seem to be following something.
I think she can see you soon.
No, she can't.
You sure? Lady Cat, can you see him?
Of course I can see him. And you watch as this table over here gets turned over, so it's blocking your sight. And she's like, I need to bring you some breakfast, dearie. Can someone else bring me the breakfast, please?
I think he's a little scared.
No, I'm not.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not.
I'm terrified.
Okay, with that, give me a second. You watch as a little hand pops out as you hear some muttering from the table as he points his finger at you, Cletus. Does that beat you?
Yes.
Okay, you were turned into a small little mouse.
Fuck!
Give me a second. Boop. Boop. There it goes. Oops. I fucked that all up. So now there's little mousy Cletus.
Squeak it or squeak, squeak, squeaker 10.
You are dazed, but you can still move.
I can't move the mouse.
I know. So just point where you want it. Okay, you climb up on your little stool and you sit there. By the time you get up there, you can save if you would like.
Squeak, squeak, squeak,
Okay, you're still a rat.
squeak.
And Lady Cat disappears, kind of giggling at this whole scene. And she disappears in the back room. Cletus, you can roll another save.
Squeak,
Okay, it's still a failure.
squeak, squeak.
And she comes back out in the food. She looks over at the table that's now been turned over. She slides you over a plate of food, Ruia.
Hmm.
And she kind of, head nudges towards the table.
Yeah, she'll pick food over to the table, was it? I didn't see that. Yet. Ah, okay. Yeah, she'll pick up the food and just move the table back so, it's standing as normal and just place it on there.
As soon as you go to move it, there's some resistance against it.
If that's you, I got your food.
Just slide it on in.
Yep. She does just that. She just slides it.
Slide it, and you get a little peek. He's kind of like huddled up, like behind the table, like he's hiding from something.
My poor baby.
I think you're going to be okay.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Go ahead and roll a save.
What's that's it?
He's like, thank you. And you see the hand poke around the table again, and he snaps his finger as Cletus is turned back into Cletus, which you are now standing on the stool with your front hands and your hooves like standing on the thing. Give me an acrobatics check.
Ah!
You're like, oh shit, but you're like, ha, and you like jump, kick your legs out, and land right on the stool. It's perfect.
10 out of 10.
Thank you. I will be here all week.
Not if I have anything to say about it. You hear from behind the table.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you like some company? You can stay here if you want.
No, I'm good.
Okay, you just back away.
And as you give me a perception check, Ruin,
Yep.
you hear just the faintest thanks as you're walking away.
Yeah, she just nods and backs away.
Don't worry, Sin. We've all been there.
Silence.
I think he just needs some time.
You needed some time. He needs some time. Yeah.
Time is good.
I just
And after
go
and
ahead.
after a moment, you hear very large footfalls coming down the stairs. As you see Raquel coming down the stairs, fully clothed. And she walks right up to the bar, and Lady Cat smiles, looks over at her. And she walks over, Lady Cat does, and she's like, oh, you heading out? She's like, yeah, I need to get back to the deserts. She's like, okay, you didn't kill him, did you? He's like, no, you guys can, he's up in the room. I'm sure he'll recover in a day or two. And Lady Cat smiles, and, you know, the large orc woman not climbs, but like leans all the way over the bar to give Lady Cat a hug. She's like, okay, I'll see you around, Auntie. And Lady Cat gives her a pat on the back, and Raquel leaves the bar.
Bye, Raquel.
Bye.
No response. She just strides right out the door.
Yeah.
Wouldn't expect any less.
And Lady Cat, as the door closes, she's like, such a sweet girl. What a sweet lass. And she kind of looks at you guys. She's like, okay, well, I guess you guys ain't got shit to do today, do you?
No. But I got something you can help me with.
What is it, Mr. Countman?
We don't really remember jack shit from that party the other night. If you could fill us in, that'd be great.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you that.
Oh.
And she like leans in and slaps your face a little bit. And then she looks over at Rue and Nat, and she's like, well, I mean, I think I have something that you guys can do later that I could use your help with, if you don't mind.
And what's that?
I guess you're just gonna have to see, dearie.
She just nodded there. So, I've got nothing else to do today.
Well, I'll be here around a little bit before dinner. How about that?
She just looks to Nat and's like, yeah.
Yeah. She flicks a thumbs up.
Sounds like a plan.
And after about 10 minutes, you guys hear a from behind the table. This table. As with lightning quick speed, you see Sin flying across the tavern, riding on the back of Agumon. And he goes right up the stairs.
Been there. It sucks. They'll get over it.
Lady Cat's just giggling her ass off. Well, I gotta get back to work. I will talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Okay.
Have fun.
And you see her go in the back room, and you hear her some yelling and some commotion in the back. She's like, "No, it's your turn to get the fuck out there." And you see the door slam open as Felton flies into the tavern and slides like a good 15, 20 feet across the ground, like on his stomach and face. Slides, hits this chair over here, and there's like a brief pause where you're like, "Oh shit!" And he lifts himself up, dusts himself off, and walks behind the bar.
You okay, Felton?
Of course. Why would anything be wrong?
And she kind of smiles at that. But I'm sure we're pretty much like finished our breakfast by now.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Okay.
It took a while for you guys to eat it.
What are you guys doing
Okay.
today? She pretty much looks to Rui and Cletus.
Didn't really have much to do.
I mean, I have some gold I could spend, but I mean, shops. I haven't really done the whole shop thing. So, yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, and I gotta probably try Valmart again.
I was gonna say, I haven't actually seen any of these shops in this place. If you want to come with,
Yeah, yeah, that's probably for the best.
yeah.
Let me
I'll
get.
tag along. I don't have anything else to do.
Need to get upstairs and get those letters first, and yeah, she tries to go upstairs. She tries to go upstairs.
Do you need help?
I think I should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, she goes upstairs.
Okay.
I was like, where did Damon go?
Okay, you go upstairs.
Yay!
Were you waiting for me to say you go upstairs?
Yes. Waiting for
Go
that.
upstairs.
I was waiting for the DM confirmation.
At first you don't see Sin.
Sin?
Then once you walk over there, you see him sitting under his table, facing towards the wall, and he has like laid out like 10 different books, and he's furiously scribbling and writing stuff down, like a madman.
Are you okay? That says as she looks under the table.
Oh, everything will be fine after this. And he just continues to scribble.
Well, you were probably the only one, probably one of the few people who challenged Lady Catmara, so that's definitely something.
Silence, just mad, furious scribbling.
That is fair.
Mm,
Knowing him, I got a bad feeling about it, but she grabs the letters and then heads downstairs.
You see a pixie head pop out of the fort, look around, and goes back in. You hear some strange whispering. You've heard this kind of speak before. You think Korn's speaking to his familiar right now.
Yeah, Nat just says, have fun, Corin. And Mars. She didn't forget Mars. And then just heads downstairs.
You see the lizard's head pop out and wave as you exit, and then disappear right back into the fortress.
Oh, it's so way back. Mars is a precious boy. Alright, that's back.
How do you know? You've never heard him say a word.
He still looks like a precious boy. I said she also doesn't know what he did. So.
You don't?
Nope.
Were you
I was
not there for
I was
that?
writing the letter. And then after the thing happened, I was like, oh, hey guys, did you meet Corin's new friend?
Got it.
ready to go, Nat?
Yep.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay. You guys make your way outside of town.
I just
Where
grip
would you
my
guys-
hood back up.
Where would you guys like to go?
To Valmart. Right.
Okay, Demissaries is in this room recovering.
Rip.
Here.
Ripperoni.
Okay. So you guys head through the town. It's pretty quiet. It's kind of chilly. The fall's really set in, but it's a clear day. You guys make your way to the market, and where are you guys headed first?
Valmart, right?
Okay. Immediately upon approaching the building, you notice that there are guards standing out in front of Valmart.
The hell happened there? Only one way to find out.
Knowing my luck.
As Cletus has a conversation with himself, with Nat and Rhea right behind him.
That says, knowing my luck, it's probably closed.
Yeah. Cletus just walks up to one of the guards.
And he
what-
immediately lifts up his hand to stop you.
What happened here?
Oh, there was an incident last evening. And he kind of like pauses, and he looks back. And the door is open. From here you would see Captain Welton talking to someone, and you hear a familiar voice of Algole, which at this point I don't think you guys have ever heard his name. So you see the other Val person in there, yelling at Captain Welton. Give me a perception check.
Him yelling. Ooh, this is juicy news.
I was gonna say who's the Val because I don't think Maria's ever met him. No.
Okay, Nat. You don't hear all of it, but you are able to hear chunks of it. You hear fault, guards, safety, killed, chaos, Celestia, Ravon, the murder, and gold. And it's so hard to do. I hate having to do that, but that's what you hear.
Okay.
I have to think about what they're saying and then go like every like 3 or 4 words depending on what your DC is. It sucks. But the guards kind of stop and kind of lean in. Sir Captain Wilson, the Onyx Circle is here, and you guys watch. You see Captain Wilson just put his hand up, and it goes like one moment, and he turns, kind of rubbing the bridge of his nose as he steps out of the store. Okay. Good morning, Onyx Circle. How can I help you?
Good morning, Captain One. We're just kind of wondering what happened.
There was a bit of an incident. I guess I could fill you guys in. Just come on inside.
All right. Head on inside.
Okay.
There you guys walk in, and immediately you notice that parts of the store have been overturned. It looks like a lot of stuff has been rummaged through. And immediately, something that you notice is blood. There is blood splattered on the wall and around the floor towards the room leading into the back section of Valmart. And you
Oh, shit.
see the Val attendant sitting in a chair, his hands just covering his face. He looks not happy. And-
More than usual.
Yeah, he looks very. He's usually apathetic and just, fine, whatever. This is actual emotion. Like he's actually like, 'cause as soon as you guys walk in and with Captain Walton, he looks up and sees you guys, and you see he's not happy. Clear anger, no DC for this one. He is not happy. Oh, and what are you even bringing this lot in for? Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? You couldn't do anything, so why the fuck do you think they could? And he like raises his hands, Captain One. He's like, just calm down, okay? You should know by now they've helped this town plenty, so please just let me introduce them to what's going on, and they may be able to help us, or at least look into it. I don't know. Just the more eyes we have on this, maybe the better. And Captain Welton looks back and he's like, is Sin with you guys?
Not right now. He's back at the squawking box. He's a little upset about his fight last night.
Oh, yeah, I would be too. But now isn't the time to discuss this. I will send word to him later, because I think I might need his and Melanodius' assistance. And he kind of looks over at Val. He's like, why don't my guards just escort you home? You've clearly been through a lot today. Like, just get some rest. I'll send the guard in here, and they can help clean up everything. Just take the day, talk with your family. Maybe, something can get worked out. Just let us handle this. And Val stands up and kicks the chair, and walks over to a desk and just knocks everything off of it onto the ground as he storms out. And Captain Welton points over to one of the guards. Just follow him home, please. And Captain Welton walks over to the chair that Val kicked over, sets it upright, and just plops down like a man defeated and hungover, not really wanting to deal with this today.
I know Sin's not here, but Nat kind of knows a little magical stuff. She might be able to help.
Well, I mean, and he gestures towards the back room. We'll see for yourself. Just don't touch anything.
Alright, we check in the back, I suppose.
Immediately upon looking towards the back room, now since you guys have a clear view of it, you immediately see the carnage. Blood and body parts everywhere. The body parts, give me, Nat, give me a no. Nat, you've seen them enough. Ruya, give me a nature check. Okay. Ruya, you've heard tale of a creature. Actually, wait, let me take this back. Give me an intelligence check as well.
Okay.
Okay. You notice that there's a strange splattering of body parts back here, Ruya. Almost like a bird head with lion paws, pieces of wings, things like that. And you start thinking about it, you're like, what is this? And then you immediately think about one of the books you read, and you're like, oh, I've heard about a creature called griffins, and these body parts kind of match up with that. Nat, you recognize these corpses.
Yeah, and that's like, oh my god, are they all dead? She's like looking.
Captain Welton is, yeah, every single one of them. We're not quite sure who or how, but sometime during last night, during the evening, someone broke in here. There was a few break-ins last night, but this one is the most damaging. As at least some of you are aware, Valmar is the main communications hub within Latest. It's how we get in contact with everyone. And without this, we are surely disabled. We don't know if this is an aggressive assault, it's an outside force, revenge, we're not quite sure. But as you can tell, all communication is now officially cut off from Latest.
I was gonna say, looking at the bodies, I don't know if there was a check to say like whether it was a magical thing or whether they were just sliced apart or slashed apart.
Those trained in perception can do a perception check.
I'm not trained in it.
I'm not training it.
Nope.
I'll still give it to you, Nat, because you guys' perception is still both pretty fucking high. Wait, what's your perception, Nat?
Mine's like 7.
Oh, never mind.
Exactly.
Maria.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I keep... Oh, because you're an elf. That's why I keep thinking your perception's high. Sorry. I was being a little racist there.
Oh.
Sorry, I know. Not all elves are the same. Rhea, but with your keen eye, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Nope.
It's a splattered mess. You're not quite sure what caused this. Most of the body parts are ripped apart. And you do notice that there's cages all along the wall on shelves, and they aren't really thick cages, but you do notice that most of the metal on it is completely bent. Like something ripped apart these cages and murdered all of these creatures.
This is insane. Cool, so you can't get in contact with no one? There's no backup plan or anything?
Word of mouth and cards, that's all we got. We will be implementing the running system, but I mean, I hate to say it, but we even use these griffins for even some of the Celestia stuff. Throggermere has their own means of communication, same with Aner Oasis, but for Celestia and for Latest and a chunk of Celestia, this was the main communication, especially to anything outside of Elois.
I'm not exactly sure how it works, but the Platinum Band, when they get back, they have an owl that can kind of do what these griffins can do. I don't know if that will be assistance.
It would be a drop in the bucket.
Better than nothing.
This is true, but as you can see, and he points to there, you see that there are quite a few cages. It's kind of hard to tell since some of them are mangled and torn apart, but you guess there's probably about like 20, 30 cages back here. And he's like, the only reason it was a system that worked is because we had so many. With one, we would be able to do very important things, but something or someone, if this was a tactical response, they're trying to eliminate our communication. So even bringing in that owl, I mean, it would just pose it as another threat.
Do you have any enemies that could do such a thing?
He looks around the room and he motions to his guards to leave the room. And the guards get up, go out the front door, and they close the front door. I feel fine discussing this with you as well, Ruia, since even though you are new to Latest, I know the recommendations that you come under, so our greatest fear, we've already discussed this with Mayor Ravon, that things always seem to go bad right before the Shadow Man seems to set something up. And we are a little hesitant that this may not be some simple revenge plot, and that if it is indeed him or related to him, we are a little concerned that this might be in preparation for something bigger.
Shadow Man, you say?
Yes. Go ahead and give me, actually, no. You've never heard that term.
He's kind of a scary dude that's been fucking up Elois.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I heard the name mentioned at the camp thing.
Yeah, you've heard it then. That's it.
Yeah. Oh.
That I was actually saying that as Cletus.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But we will try to get something in place, but it's just not great because most of the other communication is by word of mouth through our traders, travelers, things like that. So, I mean, there is still some communication within Elois. It's just getting it outside is going to be the toughest part. Only very few people have means to do that, and those means are quite expensive. So, for the time being, Elois will be cut off from the outside world, and to some degree.
I was gonna say, Rose's gonna look as though she's gonna say something, but she's hesitating on whether to say it or not. So, she just.
You said this wasn't the only place hit though last night. Where else was broken into?
One of the foreman's offices in the mines was also hit. Tons of documentation was stolen. There was also a fire started. There was also a break-in at the mayor's manor. and also at the temple. Various things were taken, paperwork, information, things like that. This seems, I mean, I'm not a strong military man, but I do know the basics, and this does seem like a very strategic tactic for invasion or attack. Disable communication, gather information, intelligence. So, going forward, we are going to try to request aid from Celestia in increasing our guard. We just do not. If this does turn out to be a full frontal assault from anything, there are a few possibilities of who he may be able to rile up against us, but all of them do not look good.
Well, if you need anything from the Onyx Circle, let us know.
I will be sure to do so.
And real quick, where'd you say the fire was?
At the foreman's office in the mines.
Okay, the fire was at the foreman's office.
I was gonna say my brother's gonna poke Nat in the shoulder and just whisper in her. It was like, should we tell Walton that we saw him the other night? I got
Be a stealth
pretty.
check.
Yeah, stealthy check. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I mean, I did see the guy. At least got half decent description of that shadow man.
We don't know that's him. Might be him, but it might not.
Give me a stealth check.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys were referring to the guy as. So far, it's the only lead.
Well,
But they're
if
really-
you need nothing further, I do need to ask you guys to leave. We do need to finish cleaning up, checking for things. But I will definitely send word to the squawking box if anything does arise.
Alright.
Yep.
Thanks,
Fair
Roman.
enough. And walks out.
Okay, he leads you guys to the door, opens up.
Ah.
You guys leave, and he gestures for his guards to come back in.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're going to be sending those letters today, Nat.
I'm not surprised. And she's pretty much cries like on his closet, like tapping her foot, like.
They'll get there eventually, don't worry.
I was gonna say, you guys sure that we shouldn't tell Captain Melton about what we saw at the camp? I mean, you kept referring to the weird camp guy, Shadow Man.
We still don't know if it's him or not.
Yeah, but what if it is him? If this stuff's happening, this is gonna get serious. Well, it's already serious. As far as I'm concerned, it's the best lead at the moment. It's better to have a lead than just sit here and do nothing.
But what really will that give him? I mean, it was just been watching us, and that's about it.
Identity to go by?
Not much. Walter probably already knows that much, actually.
You don't know till you ask, though. If you don't want me to say anything, I won't, but I think we should.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't. Nat?
She's thinking.
And about this time, you guys see a very familiar face pattering along very quickly past you guys. You see Sin just pattering along.
I said,
He kind of looks over. What?
Welton might need you over here. It's important.
Where is he?
It's in Valmart.
He starts pattering over there. And you guys watch as the guards go to stop him, and he immediately just walks right past him.
Watch out for the blood, Sin.
He's already disappeared into Valmart.
Alright. Sin's the smartest one out of all of us, so if he thinks Welton should be informed, then he'll tell Welton.
He just nods at that.
I mean, how would they have got in that sense?
I have no idea.
That's the most confusing
Yes.
part.
Not if you just break the door down, I guess.
No, Welton needed Sin, so I'm assuming it might be something magical. Yeah.
And right about now, you guys see Sin pattering back out of Valmart with a middle finger raised right towards your guys' group as he's walking towards Melanidius's.
I'm just gonna follow him. Come
You
on,
catch
guys.
up to him.
Yeah.
He notices that you guys are walking and just turns around. Fuck all of you.
What?
What?
Guess what I saw in there?
Lots of blood.
Oh yeah, there's blood everywhere. But guess what else I noticed?
Welton?
Sorry,
What?
I
What did
forgot
you
who
see?
I'm dealing with. In that blood, I saw little claw marks. Small little draconic claw marks.
Are you thinking the kobolds did something?
Of course I think that.
Right.
But no, you guys wanted him to live, and he's just continuing to patter towards Melanodius's.
Kobolds?
Give me
Early on.
Give me a nature check, Ruria.
Yep.
You've heard of kobolds before. They're very small draconic creatures, very subservient, very nasty, very evil. They tend to be very evil. They tend to follow chromatic dragons as their servants. A lot of kobolds view dragons as almost like deities, like they kind of worship them in some respect. Usually not great creatures.
What did you guys do with kobolds?
We fought some kobolds when we first got to Elois, and
And these idiots wanted to leave survivors.
so two children and a woman.
Did he break up for anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay, repeat that.
It was 2 children and a woman.
Was it 2 children?
There was definitely children.
There's
Definitely more than one.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I don't
And
think it was them anyway, Sin, because
Sin stops and he turns around. And Cletus, you watch as Sin's form almost seems to grow as he's walking towards you. He looks very pissed. You watch as Sin's form goes from a short little gnome figure to about 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet. Ruia and Nat, you do not see this. Cletus, Sin is now standing above you. And for the first time in a while, let me go ahead and roll this. He's also going to use that power on top of this. That is a 41.
motherfucker.
For the first time in your life, you are seeing Sin in a new light. And he's kind of poking you in your chest. It's weird because he's taller than you, but it feels like the poke is almost like shorter. You're a little confused, but you're too scared to really think about it. Hold on a second. Murder cycle. And he says, Do you know anything about the draconic reproduction cycle?
No.
Do you know how long it takes for them to mature?
No.
Do you know how long it takes for them to breed a new generation?
No.
I do, and that's why I said we should have killed them. They are all adults now, and they probably even have children of their own. And his form shrinks down, and he turns around and continues towards Melanodius's.
I'm still following him. But I'm just being quiet.
And he goes up to Melanodius's door, slams it open. Melanodius, Val needs you, or Walton needs your help over at Valmart. You heard about what happened? He's like, yeah, I'm gathering stuff right now. Yeah, he needs you to scry in the area, but I think I already know what you're gonna see. Look, pay attention. For a older female with scars around her face on the left side. The younger one had a scar along his shoulder, and toe, or foot, or claw on his foot. I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to call them. Clawfoot? I don't know. And could I just leave some gold on the table and grab some stuff? He's like, yeah. Melanodius is in a huff trying to gather stuff up. And you guys watch as Sin starts to grab spell components from across. And he starts piling up, and he looks at the rest of you. He's like, could you guys give me a hand carrying this back to the squawking box?
Of course. Hey, Melanios, before you go, do you have any potions I can buy?
No. Captain Walton's crew just bought us the rest. I could probably get 2 made by the end of the day.
Can I just leave you the gold for him now and come back?
I mean, I'll hold on to him for you.
Alright, thank you.
And he nods. And Sin
Good luck.
He nods, and he gathers up his stuff. He has like a satchel and a box, and he starts heading out of his store. And you hear him yell out from outside, "Hey, Sin, could you say the magic word before you leave?" He's like, "Yeah, I got it." And Sin begins to just gather stuff, and he takes a large sack of coins and sets it on the table. He's like, "Yeah, can each of you guys grab one of those?"
Yeah.
And they are large boxes of like paper, ink, incense, other herbs and stuff that most of you guys probably don't know what they are. Nat, you've seen a few of these. These are all just spell components: charcoal, ash, tons of different stuff.
This ain't our first rodeo. This ain't the first time he's done this.
Yeah. He's like, okay, and he starts walking out.
Real fast, what did Sin say? An older woman with scars?
On her face.
Scars on her
Older
face.
female with scars on her face.
One younger one missing a toe.
And one with a scar on its arm.
Alright. Can I pick up a box?
Okay.
And that also picks up a box.
Yeah, pick one up.
Okay. You guys' strength score is good enough. You guys can handle this. And Sin's box is just kind of floating there. But he waits till you guys all leave. And as soon as you guys all make your way outside of the store, he closes the door and he says, "Fluffernickel." And you watch as there's a shimmer across the door. And he begins to start walking out of the market towards the squawking box, you guys assume.
Yeah.
And you guys hear him muttering to himself. Ruia, you pick up a few of these words just with your passive perception. He's pissed. He keeps saying fuck a lot, shit a lot, bitch, whore, cum guzzler, cocksmith. But there's also words in between like kobold, idiots, stupid, fuck, Elois. And he's not happy.
Yeah.
And though eventually you guys make your way towards the squawking box. And Sin's like, take it up to the room. He just has you guys sit down in the box. He's like, okay, we need to seriously have a talk now. You guys can explain this to everyone else, but I have a feeling that Melanodius is going to confirm exactly what I think.
Yeah, use the earring. Corn and Daemosaries will hear.
He rolls his eyes and grabs his earring. He's like, yes, because Daemosaries needs to hear all this valuable information that he will surely retain. And
I
then
hold my earring. I love you, Daemosaries.
you hear, oh wait, no, you don't hear any of that. Sorry,
Nope.
I forgot about that. He's still paralyzed. Death by snoo snoo.
And I don't hear nothing.
But he holds it, and you guys hear Corn say, "I'm right here.
Then get over here," Nat says.
I'm busy."
Hence the earring.
I can still hear you. Like, I'm right here.
Whatever. Continue, Sin.
Sin just drops his arm. He's like, okay, I'm not doing this. Okay. For my research, what I do know is there is only one kobold clutch on this side of Lake Io. The one clutch that we were tasked out and we wiped out. Okay? Now, there has been no information whatsoever, because I've been paying attention to a lot of information coming through LOS. I go out and talk to people. I listen. And there has been nothing about another clutch coming in. So, what do you think is the most likely leap here? That a new clutch came all the way from the other side of LOS to here, or that the ones that we spared have now grown up and have been expanding their territory?
That there's the same clutch is reproduced and is now growing.
Yeah, it could have. And I hate to say it, but seems a little too sophisticated to them. So what do we know about the Shadow Man?
That he likes to manipulate people.
Yes, and he's pretty cunning at it. You know, I do give him props on that. Whoever this person is, they are smart. Maybe not as smart as me, but smart. And I'm sure that he would have heard what we did, probably found those clutches, because I don't know if you guys remembered, but when the guards went there, what did they find?
Nothing.
Okay, so I doubt the kobolds did that. So I'm going to assume that it was probably him or her, whatever the fuck the Shadow Man is. But regardless, I'm thinking that he probably gathered that as a new resource. And lo and behold, what enemy do you think those kobolds have?
Us. That will
And-
attest.
Okay. He's like, I need you guys to do something. Cletus, I need you to get with Lady Cat and Felton. We need to bar up these windows. Okay, I'm not having the same shit that the Platinum Band went through. They're not catching us off guard. We know that they can now get in the city, so let's not put it to chance. About you guys, but I don't want to wake up with a poison dagger in my back.
Yeah, that's not a good idea for anyone.
And going forward, can we just make like a slight pact? Like, I don't think we need to kill everyone we come across, but can we just not kill? Like, if you know, like, say there's a little baby manticore, okay, and it looks all cute and cuddly, even though it probably wouldn't. Can we just agree that it's probably best to just kill it so we don't create more enemies?
I'm fine with that, but depending on the circumstances, if I don't want to kill something, I don't want to have to kill it.
Yeah, don't worry.
Someone else can do it, but
And Sin's like, I don't care, I'll kill it. But I don't want any more punching. I don't want any more arguments. I don't want any more kicking, because clearly, and he does like a little dance, I was right. And you hear Sin pause for a moment. And he's kind of like, his head slightly cocked. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, I figured. Great, awesome. Okay. That's fucking wonderful. Okay, new update. It's not just the kobolds. There is apparently also a dragonborn with them as well. So, great, they have allies. And he just kind of curls up his fingers going like, okay, so, I gotta get to work. You guys fuck off. And he turns around and goes to his desk and starts rummaging through stuff. And Agamon's sitting there on the table, like looking up at you guys and looking over at Sin, and looking up at you guys and looking at Sin.
Right. I know this is not the best time for you right now. I understand that you're busy, but are you sure we shouldn't tell Rolton about the shadow man we saw at the camp? Because if it's the same person, at least we've got a kind of description of the guy now.
Sin pauses for a second. He's like, he turns around. He's like, I don't think so. Just because what we do know is that the figure is a shadowy thing. We don't know if that's his form or not. So I don't want there to be any doubt sown. And because then he would wonder why we didn't tell him. And what did happen? What did he say? And then he's going to doubt everything that we heard or anything. So let's just keep this on the down low for now. Because none of the information we have will change anything. Because we don't even know if that was his form. You said you saw what again?
Tall man, taller than Damus Ares, has large rings, tail, shadowy face. I mean,
But you said it was a shadow, right?
yeah, shadowy face at the very least.
So I wouldn't be surprised if whoever this is, they have a knack for arcane arts like I do. So if they wanted to appear as a shadow figure with 20-foot tall wings and 5 heads and, you know, a 20-foot dick, I'm sure that's very possible. So, you know, I understand your concern of sharing information, but in this case, I don't think it's going to help the situation.
Okay then. Yeah, she just nods and just feels awkward.
And he just kind of pauses after seeing that response. He's like, wait, unless there's something you guys know that I don't.
Ruya said something about it while we were by Welton. She whispered it to us.
Okay, he probably would have, you know, chewed my ass out if he heard it, so I don't think he did. He
Cool.
was also hungover, so fingers crossed. He goes back to his work.
Awesome. Alright, I got some work to do.
No,
It's
Guess you
down to
just-
the bar.
back out and leave.
Crap.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I'm going down to the bar.
Okay. You see
Yep.
Felton down there working.
Ruya, you're following with me.
Yeah, I'm following.
Nat, what are you doing?
Yeah, I just put the letters on the table and I just go to the bar.
Hey, Ruya, if you want to, you can just stay in our room. We have an extra bed.
No, that's okay. I've got my own room.
Alright.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I think I've got 3 days left on that now, haven't I?
Yeah, you got a couple more days on it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh.
Hey, Felton.
Yes, sir. How could I help you?
Can we get bars put on our windows?
It raises an eyebrow. He's like, are you worried about the security of our tavern?
A little bit.
Don't worry, it's taken care of. And he begins wiping down a glass.
Alright, sounds good. And I'm actually going to leave the bar.
Okay. You leave the tavern?
Yep. I'll be back, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Ruya, Nat, what are you doing?
Just sitting in a bar contemplating and thinking.
That is too.
Okay. Cletus, we'll head to you. Where would you like to go?
I'm headed towards the blacksmiths.
Okay.
Whee!
You make your way there, and outside, you see Bomar and Bilmar, and they are currently at their outside forge, hammering away at something. arguing as per the usual.
Morning, guys.
Morning. No. We gotta temper the buckle, then turn it over, and then add the filament. No, it's not gonna work that way. You fucking ass cost. And Cletus, you recognize that word? It's Dwarven for douchebag.
Nice.
Well, the equivalent of douchebag in Dwarven.
Yeah.
Because douches don't really exist. But anyways.
Two things. First, what do you remember about the party we had the other night? Because I don't remember jack shit.
That party. Oh, what a kegger. Oh, or Casker? Yeah, Casker. It was a wild one. Luckily, we got out of there pretty early before things got too crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how crazy things got, so...
They both pause, look at you, then look at each other, and just start laughing. The lad forgot. Oh, good.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Why is it good that I forgot?
Oh, that makes it much more fun, isn't it?
So you're not gonna tell me?
I mean, I'll tell you what we know, but again, we left when it was pretty early. We left right around that time that little gnome fellow of yours got naked and started dancing.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's trying to convince everyone he's not just the smartest, but the suavest. Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah. Sometimes he feels like a dumbass. So.
I wouldn't talk too much. You did some pretty dumb stuff yourself.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
But I didn't challenge Lady Cat to a fight and then get my ass kicked. Recently.
Okay, because you were crying about that while you were drunk. Lady Cat had to console you. She said, "Someday, lad, someday." And then she looked towards us and started giggling and shook her head no. And then you started hitting on Gelios. Not quite sure you knew who you were trying to flirt with. And then Bomar goes, "Aye, but that is a pretty lad."
Cool. Man, I'd also like to buy some stuff.
Oh, what are you looking to get?
A lock and 2 locks and a chest.
2 locks in a chest. What type you looking for? Something on the cheap, or something a little bit more, little tough?
One of the locks I would like nicer, and the other lock in the chest can be sort of cheap.
Okay, what you talking? Mithril, adamantine, iron? What you looking for?
Probably iron, because I think that's all I can afford.
Okay, well, I mean, I could get you 2 iron locks. So that'll probably cost you about 10 gold each.
No, I got more than that. How much? You said mithril was the other one, or
Mithril and adamantine.
how much do those cost?
Well, Mithril's a little. I mean, they're both pretty pricey, but with Mithril, you got a better chance of doing some of that arcane stuff to really enchant it and really boost its defenses. Where adamantine is just strong on its own. Both of those will probably run you about 1,000 gold each, and that's on the lower end spectrum.
Okay, 2 iron locks it is.
Okay, in chest, you just talking banded iron?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll probably run you about I mean, we got some pretty nice, well-made ones that were kind of our beginner work, but I mean, we still got those up for sale. And Bomar just kind of sits there, kind of tapping his little metal finger on the side of his face, just ting, 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 trying to think about it. And Bomar looks at him. He's like, whoa. I just fucked that up. Bilmar, he kind of looks over at his metal brother and goes, yeah, I mean, we could cut him a little bit of a deal, right? Yeah, they've been good customers. Yeah, we'll give you the whole lot for, let's say 200 gold.
Alright, sounds good.
Hi, why don't you help him out, Metalhead? And the other one fucking punches the other one in the shoulder. Bomar punches Bilmar for the remark. He starts hobbling in the store. He's like, follow me, big man.
I follow him in.
And he guides you over towards the back room, and he's like, come on in. And you
I
see a
follow.
mess of stuff. Like, the main storefront is, like, nice and neat, and everything's, like, on shelves and, weapon racks and stuff like that. This back room, it just looks like heaps of stuff been piled all over the place. And he walks over to a pile and just kicks it real hard, and all these spears, swords, and shields just kind of slide off, revealing 2 chests. And he's like, that's them right there. Why don't you fish them out? And he walks past and goes over to another table, just starts tossing swords and daggers and axes all in the air. And you're like, what the fuck? You have to pick up a shield and kind of defend yourself a little bit, like, fuck. And he's like, here they are. And he pulls out 2 locks.
Awesome.
And he walks over and takes the 2 locks, throws them in one of the chests. It's like, you're probably gonna need a hand with these.
Probably.
Yeah, I guess I can give you a hand. Get me away from that knackered idiot.
Mhm.
Okay, right this way. And he picks up one of the chests. I suppose you take the other?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. You guys make your way out of the shop, and he yells at Bilmar as he's leaving. I'm giving him this dope a hand with this. I'll be back in a few. Fucking take your time. Lord knows I need it. He's like, fuck off. And he proceeds to walk towards the squawking box with the other chest.
As we're walking, I wanted to ask him, so do you know anything about the events that happened last night, besides the fight?
Nothing. I didn't know anything happened.
Oh,
I
well.
heard a commotion at the mines earlier, but we really weren't. We were kind of busy, so we didn't really pay attention.
Yeah.
We're working on getting myself an upgrade, and he kind of gives you a little robotic wink.
Nice.
Yeah, we're trying to get something prepared before our uncle heads to town.
Oh, when's he coming?
It should be honestly any day now.
Cool.
It's been a bit since we've seen him.
I hope he arrives here safely.
As do I. Though I'm sure he'll have plenty of guards and stuff. He's a kind of a treasured person in Throgomir. Our whole
Yeah.
family has a history there.
Well, does he just like the best smith in Dragomir? Is he just like the best there?
Of course, our whole family is, but he has specialities, as you could say. I mean, he designed me. Well, I'm this body. Well, you know what I mean. Still gotta ask him some questions about that.
I'm sure you have a few.
Oh, tons, lad. But don't tell my brother. He thinks that we're just inviting him to show off, but I definitely got some questions about this whole ting ting ting. He taps the front of his chest situation. Just there's too many things that just don't make sense. Like, where's my rune word?
Don't really know what that is, but sounds important.
All Warforged, they don't really have souls and stuff like that. They usually have an arcane spark to start it. And with most Warforged, they tend to come with a unique rune that is basically like kind of their name, but also their soul. It's a weird. I don't know. I'm not really a magical person, so I don't know all the details. But what I do know is all Warforged have them, and he points up to his forehead and his chest. He's like, I ain't got one.
It's weird.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Well, I hope he's able to answer all your questions.
I hope so too. Getting a lot of sound coming from someone.
It's for real. It's always Ruria.
It's always Ruria. Ruria, are you there? Ruria.
Makey!
Mickey. She'll notice.
There she goes.
No, I moved her. Shit, where were we? I completely lost my train of thought.
We were talking about his
Yeah.
spark thingy.
Yeah, I hope so. But you guys managed to make your way to the squawking box.
Alright. Just, you get up and bring it up to my room, that'd be great.
Now you got some friends, and he points over
Alright.
towards Ruia and Nat. You ass fuckers have a good day. And he drops the chest and turns around and starts leaving.
See ya. Nat,
What? Nat says.
I got a chest. I got 2 chests. Grab the other one.
Fine. Helps with that. Yeah, Nat's helping with the chest.
Okay. It's heavy, but you're able to manage it. You're a strong girl. The strongest. Well, not like Raquel strong, but still. But you guys managed to get the chest up into the room.
Alright, just gonna set them right here. And here.
Were you gonna set them?
Right here.
Okay.
Just those 2 spaces.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave me 2 chests and 2 locks. Or I bought them. I only needed 1 chest, but I needed 2 locks.
You said 2.
It's 2 locks and 1 chest.
You said you needed 2 locks and chests and. Okay, maybe I misheard you. Sorry. But you have them.
Alright. Look over, Sin. Hey, Sin.
What?
Bars are taken care of. Felton said the bars are taken care of.
And he looks over, and you also look over, and there's now bars on your guys' windows. Sin just has an eyebrow raised, like, when the fuck?
He's magic.
You hear out from the bed, I don't trust the man. Coming from Corey's bed.
And I also got you this. I gave him one of the locks. I don't know if you want to mess with it to lock our door better.
He tosses the lock over his shoulder. Ting, 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 falls on the ground.
Cool. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. I head back down to the bar.
So over there, I think there was a Discord issue on my end.
Yeah, there was a lot of feedback from a TV or something.
I don't know, my mic was muted. There shouldn't have been anything.
Yeah,
Oh, weird.
I heard a TV or something going in the background.
That's weird, the TV ain't on. Oh well. Oh.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Hey, Felton, can I get a milk?
Of course. Bane kind of
Thank
eyes you up and
you.
down. He's like, this one's on the house. You look like you're still recovering.
Just a bit. I was
You know
hoping to
what,
see,
my
I was hoping to see, Denothus, I can't pronounce her name.
Denothus?
Denothus tonight. See if she could help me.
She might be able to help.
Sounds good. I'm just sipping my milk.
Just give me a second, Conrad. Okay. Your milk is delicious. And God, I don't have one, and this is bugging the shit out of me. Oh, there. Felton looks at you drinking your milk. He's like, my mother used to always say, glass of milk always helps.
Yes, yes, it does. Just drinking.
Okay. Nat, Ruya, what are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm still in like deep thinking
Okay.
mode.
Well,
They're
we're gonna go ahead
recovering.
and take a break right here. So 10-minute break,
Yay.
and then we will continue.
Okay.
Sorry, not sorry, Nat.
Man, Conrad missed a lot of stuff.
That was not the character, not me.
Okay, I know. I'm sorry. It's just.
Stop apologizing.
I know. I feel a little bad though because I know you really wanted to send it out, and you kept missing the opportunity to send the mail. And I'm like, God. I'm like, maybe you could just ask someone for money or something. I'm like, no, I can't say anything. That would be metagaming. So I'm like, fuck. And it sucks to be all you guys because now you have to live with a version of Sin where he was right.
Oh no.
Fucking scary thought. And trust me, I know what that's like. I live with him.
Yeah, but it was funny because like you did the Aaron Daniels series, but that was it. Like none of that other stuff. So Conrad just like out of the loop.
Yeah. It did not take long for you to get a mile out of the range.
True.
That was good. Oh,
We're just sitting there dealing with whatever past history you guys have messed up. She has no idea.
Breeze just assuming it's always our fault.
Yes, that's the plan.
I mean, so far, what she has to base things off of.
Yeah.
I mean, first Trevor, now the kobolds.
Yeah.
A lot of beginning stuff from your first few sessions are starting to come back to bite you. As I've said since the beginning of this campaign, I set up the dice, you guys knock them down. Or dice. Set up the dominoes, you guys knock them down.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have no idea what that feedback issue was because my mic was muted on my end. Did I? In theory, shouldn't have happened.
Well, on Discord, it wasn't showing that your mic was muted.
Yeah, I know on Discord it's not, but on my own device I can mute it.
It was green lit up, and it sounded like something going on in the background.
I have no idea.
And we're sitting here like, Maria, amiga.
Yeah, I did not hear you guys.
Okay, yeah, because we were like trying to get you to like mute yourself or something. We're like, did she just walk away? And like in the back of my head, I'm like, did she just get up and leave? I'm like, wow. So I moved you in the other room. She'll notice.
Yeah. Now I noticed. I think I might try and disconnect and come back in, just in
No worries.
case.
So how you guys enjoying this session so far?
Very interesting so far.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the maps that I lost out on. I had designed Valmart with the scene and everything, which is a pain in the ass because I literally had to like cut up griffins.
The funny part is that like I don't know how long the state will go. So I'm just like picturing theoretically, like, there's like a last stand of the test at night. Meanwhile, like Conrad,
Just out
Hey,
on the
nurse,
sea.
yeah, out on the sea, it's like, they see the nice sunset, like, it's like full on, like, any kind of romantic novels kind of deal. But like, you're flashback to the Latesse, like,
Come back and just burnt down to the ground. Onyx Circle standing in front of the city. And you're like, what did you do?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I've been burned down to the ground, just ash. No sign of buildings.
I'd leave you guys alone for 1 second. Jesus.
No, I mean there's some buildings that are like stone and stuff, so you'd have those smoldering like stacks of stones.
I maintain innocence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny part is like that like potentially could happen. I'm just like wondering that well.
Yeah, this is day 1 of your trip.
Conrad, where are you when we need you?
Okay, now you guys have 2 chests in your room. Took me forever to find it.
Also, apparently, Cletus making the move on Gelios. Wow.
The what?
Cletus making the moves on Gelios. Or Gelos.
He's a pretty man, and if you're really drunk, you know your vision might be a little blurry, and you know.
That would be interesting if it went a certain way.
I'm back.
Ah, good, you didn't hear me.
Yeah, Conrad said it was interesting that you were flirting with Gelios,
Yep.
but he's a pretty man, and you were really, really drunk.
Yeah.
And I
So
said it
it's
would have been
understandable.
interesting. It would have been interesting if it ended a certain way. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you should be probably happy that he turned down your advances. Wake up in Gelios' room and just Cletus is just like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do?
Who did
I'm
I do?
imagining it's-
Who did I do? Who did I do?
I imagine it's like that, second episode of It's Always Sunny? Oh, wait, you don't, never, you haven't
I
seen
don't
it.
get that
Yeah, sorry.
reference. God damn it! I need to watch that show because too many people use it as a reference, and I don't like not being in the loop for references.
Yeah, no, I'll send you the scene.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it right now.
It's Always Sunny, Cletus.
Who we waiting on?
2 more minutes, and Conrad, I believe. Maybe not. I don't know. For someone who says that he was going to try talking more, he's really not talking more.
Yeah.
I'm so
I've been
hoping that-
doing a lot of talking this session.
Yeah. How'd you like Sin's power, Cletus?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
He got what, a plus 14 on that roll? 20.
It's the power itself makes it to where your defenses go down and raises his intimidate, and it also, he threw something else on there. He literally threw everything that he had at you in that one moment.
He was mad.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Slightly
hook it up with it.
justifiable, so.
Yeah, slightly.
just happened to be the one who said something.
Hmm.
He was gonna do that to anyone who said anything after he stopped talking. He's not happy about the situation.
I'm sure he's not.
Well, I mean, I tried to make it obvious. Like, Sin is gonna be kind of pissed. He's probably not gonna do subtle. The funny thing is, Nat and Rhea didn't see anything. They just saw Sin walk up to you and start poking you in your chest with a stick. With his staff.
Everybody should fear the sticks.
I mean, his stick is almost as scary as yours.
I am back.
Is everyone back?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we shall pause on this cast of people and head over to you, Conrad.
So, can I say something since we're, like, I assume we're on this carriage ride for a while?
Oh, wait, what? Sorry.
I assume we're on the carriage ride for a little while?
Yeah, it's, I mean, you guys are gonna be traveling, like, a good chunk of the day.
So, I'll definitely say that, part of it kind of will brief her on everything that happened in the tournament.
Okay. She listens intently. She hangs on your every word. She's so happy to hear that you're fighting. Do you tell her about your transformation?
Yes, she does.
At that, she gets a little shocked, and she's like, I've never heard about anything like that before.
It was strange to me, too, yeah. It was, but then he kind of, he'll also tell her about, like, the whole incident, like, of how he first transformed.
She, like, listens intently, then there's a pause of silence,
Mhm.
and you just see a devilish grin go across her face. She's like, can I see it?
Conrad just kind of gets, like, a little shy, and goes, because, like,
And she reaches out to grab your thigh, and she kind of massages a little bit. She's like, come on.
Okay, Conrad, he will try to call it on.
Okay. You feel that nugget of just infernalness, that darkness, that heat in the deepness of your core, and you let it boil up, and your heart pounds as you begin to transform. Your heart rate increases, your breathing increases, and you just, you transform. And immediately she steps back, seeing the increased height and size and your more devilish features, and she pauses, and then she smiles, blushes, and kind of like does that like, whew, like she pants herself off a little bit. She's like, oh, I think I have a use for that later.
Can we have use for it now?
Then she kind of like awkwardly looks over at the old lady sitting in the front of the cart. she's like, I'm all for things like that, but she's a sweet old woman.
Fair.
We don't need to, we don't need to frighten her. We're not there yet.
You winks at her. Pain, just to be sure. Just,
And she just can't stop staring at you the entire time that you're in this transformation.
Mhm.
Do you keep it
Yeah.
the whole 10 minutes?
Oh, no, he's going to, like, power it down just so he can possibly use it later. If that's a thing.
Nope.
That's not a thing? Okay, well, he'll, just kind of, I guess, like...
She admires it the whole time.
Yeah. If anything, I would say he's kind of cuddling up next to her, just kind of let her admire it.
And after 10 minutes, you shrink down. She, like, looks over, like, oh. She's like, oh, so it's just a temporary thing?
Yeah, it's a temporary thing, and I have a feeling I can't do it today anyway.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure you'll regain your stamina by then. And she winks at you.
Mm-hmm.
And then she actually reaches out her hand, and she kind of clasps yours with hers.
Well, could you repeat that? I didn't hear that quickly.
She kind of, like, reaches down for your hand and clasps your hand in hers. The
Okay.
little couple, like, hand thingy?
Yeah, he accepts it.
Okay. Oh.
Mhm.
And she just kind of, like, because of the height difference, she kind of, like, is leaning on you. It's a little tough for you given her size, but you find that position where you're like, okay, I got this.
Mhm.
But you guys have a nice ride. You guys just stay cuddling.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. Getting down to Latest docks isn't as far as, like a lot of places. So you guys get there and it is starting to turn towards like evening time. The sun isn't setting, but it's starting to go down on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you guys make your way to the Latest docks, which is the first time you've ever been down here.
Mm-hmm.
You were gonna say something?
Oh no, I wasn't.
Okay. The cart pulls up to one of the buildings, and let me just pull up the map for the reference. So it's not to scale, but at least you can see what the hell I'm talking about. And you gotta probably zoom in all the way on the Latest docks.
Okay, I will do so.
Basically the cart pulls up to like right around here.
Okay.
And the old lady looks towards you, and she's like, "Okay, we're here, dearies." And
Thank you, ma'am.
Payne pulls out a bag of coin and hands it to the lady. She opens it up. She's like, "Oh, you didn't have to." And Payne grabs her hand and closes her hands around the coin purse. She's like, "No, I did. You have a lovely day, man." And she kind of gives him a smile, and she's like, "Thank you. May Palor's light bless you." As you guys get off the cart.
So she actually said that, right?
Yes.
Conrad just kind of does
The
like
old lady did.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so like at the mention of that, kind of just kind of eyes open, and then just kind of he looks down for a second.
Okay. I'll see if she notices that. Okay. You guys make your way into the docks area. She kind of guides you along. And this is your first time being here, and it's crazy. There are tons of ships here. There's a lot of commotion. On the way here and like in around this area, like there are lots of carts. Some of them are heading towards you where you suppose is probably Celestia kind of direction, a little bit more eastern bound, and then some are moving up north. You also notice that there's lots of longhouses out here, boat houses, lots of houses and stuff like that. You notice that there's a small little community focused around these docks. And you get towards the actual like harbor area, and there are a few stalls and stuff like that selling fresh fish, things like that. And she guides you onto this side over here on the right side of the map, and she takes you along, and right around here, you notice that there's kind of like a gathering of people kind of looking towards the end of the dock.
What's going on over there?
That's probably him. We'll just gotta cut our way through here.
Okay. He
And
follows her lead.
Yeah, she kind of pushes through the crowd, and once it's hard for you to see because you're about the same height as most people in this crowd. But once you push through, you see a vessel. It's a smaller ship, with a very dark gray tattered flag that looks like there's just a giant splattering of blood across it. And sitting in front of this boat is about a 17-foot tall devil with large horns, a tail. You've never seen anything like this. And there's people kind of like having a commotion. And then Payne walks up, and he's not really paying attention. He's kind of like, he's messing with a line that's attached to the ship. And you watch her, and like she has like her actual like armor and stuff on right now. And she pulls out her gigantic fucking maul mace. And you watch as she kind of starts to sneak up a little bit, and then jumps and smacks him right across the head with this. You see blackish red blood spray across from his face and hit the boat, and you see a little coming from where the blood hits. And you watch as he turns around, grabs her by the throat, picks her up, and slams her on the back on the pier. You feel the entire like pier part of this like shake. And you see a lot of the people like leaving and turning and like kind of running, like, oh god, like,
Yeah.
and like she takes her legs, wraps it around his, and drops him with a leg lock, and he smacks his head into the ground, and she kicks him off the pier, and he falls in the water. And then a second later, you see him pop up and Ah, you stupid bitch. Ah, you got me this time. And he climbs back up, and she extends a hand and picks him up. Ugh, about time you fucking showed up. I hate being around these fucking humans. Ugh, they stink of weakness. Ugh, pathetic creatures. And then he looks over at you.
Mhm.
Is this him? Yes, it is. Now leave him alone. We'll see about that. And he walks towards you. And he
Okay.
just kind of stares at you. Let me give you a second. Let me give you a second to, or give me a second to show you what you're seeing right now, because I completely realized I forgot to cut that.
Huh?
I used to have one in your folder. But he's kind of like leaning down on you, just kind of looking at you.
Mhm.
Getting awkwardly close, and like he really has to get low to get to you, but
Yeah, I imagine so.
he's towering over you.
Mhm. Hmm. So, I'm gonna say Conrad maintains his resolve. Would I have to do a check to make sure I do that, or
Yeah, just give me one quick second.
yeah, no worries.
Because I would like you to see what you're looking at before you try to say that.
Yeah, I was about to say yeah.
But what you do see is, again, he is massive. Large wings, a tail, almost kind of draconic like feet with these large talons, claws, massive horns, razor sharp teeth, and instead of like pupils, they're basically glowing with fire.
Mhm.
And there are massive amounts of scars all over his body. And give me one quick second. Uh, I knew I forgot to prepare something for this session, but now I remembered it. And okay, I'm uploading it now to Roll20. Okay, there we
Okay.
go. This is what you see.
Okay.
And go ahead and just give me a wisdom check.
Will do. Can I just say something right before I roll first?
Sure.
So I'm gonna say, at first, like during that whole fighting thing, at first, like he kind of looked at a look of concern for Pain, and then when he kind of saw the dude like walking towards him, kind of intimidating, like he seemed kind of like a bit shocked. But then he kind of remembered that woman's words about Paylor. He kind of thought about his parents, and then that's when he tries to reaffirm
chest
his
up.
resolve. Yeah.
You know what? Don't give me that. Roll me an intimidate check.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay. He kind of gets close and sees you puffing up his chest, and you hear a low guttural chuckle, and you hear him sniffing at you, and he kind of backs away, like shaking his head, and you see him like immediately kind of recoil,
Mhm.
and he doesn't look at you for very long, and he immediately changes his gaze towards Pain. It's kind of weird. Go ahead and roll insight.
We'll do.
You're not quite sure what it's about.
Okay.
It's like, you picked a strange one. Well, just make sure you bring the boat back to the docks before, I don't know, like 2 days. I gotta head back over to Bator not too long. I got some work I need to take care of out there. Just don't do anything too stupid, like lose my boat like last time. And Payne looks over. She's like, no promises. He's like, "Ugh." He grunts, looks back at you real quick, and then turns, and he unfurls his wings and he just starts flapping them as he takes off.
Conrad just kind of, he doesn't like intimidate. He just kind of looks at him and he flies off.
Yeah.
Kind of meets his gaze, kind of.
And he flies off.
Conrad just kind of walk up
And
to.
go ahead, since you've seen this, go ahead and give me, I believe it's, let me double check this one. I think it's a religion check, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, religion check.
Do I have to be trained in it?
No, just religion check. Because you've traveled enough.
No.
You have no fucking clue. Devil,
Yep.
you get the sense, but that's about it.
Conrad will just kind of approach Payne. So who was that?
Oh, that's Ragu. What an ass.
Yeah, friend of yours?
Acquaintance. I mean, he's kind of a friend.
Can I do insight on that?
Sure.
Just kind of try to understand what the relationship is.
You get the sense that they have a past. And given the nature and what you know about Payne's history and her time in the Nine Hells, you think it's an acquaintance from then, so it's probably not good.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he's kind of a pissant anyways. He used to be a big deal, but I don't know if you noticed those scars. Let's just say mistakes in hell is not a good thing.
Sounds like it, Conrad says.
But, I mean, he has a nice boat and he lets me use it, so shall we?
Let's go. He kind of has a smile on his face.
Okay. She helps you into the boat, and she begins to start undoing all the lines. She starts, really unfurling the sail, starts tying things down. You've never been on a boat, so you're just kind of like standing out of the way, I assume, letting her
Yeah.
run.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's amazing. She's just going from one thing to the next, and within like 5 minutes, like she's like, okay, it's ready, and she takes this kind of large, like, kind of rod, and she just pushes off the dock, and your guys' vessel begins to leave port.
Mhm.
And it doesn't take long. Probably like given the time of day, the season, probably takes quite a few hours. But you guys slowly start making your way through the bay. Every once in a while, she just keeps looking over at you, smiling and stuff like that. You guys pass by other boats and vessels, some larger, some smaller.
So I take it that she's the one driving the vessel, correct?
Yes.
So Conrad will ask, so you have a lot of familiarity sailing?
Oh yeah, I used to sail through the Nine Hells all the time. I thought I told you about that.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean that's how I ended up. Yeah, that's basically what I used to do throughout. The Astral Sea is a crazy place, and even the Nine Hells. There are massive vessels that sail on literal lakes of lava,
Mhm.
fire, ice, yeah, all sorts of craziness. So, that was kind of part of my job. I was kind of a bosun.
Mhm.
That's where I met that schmuck.
Oh.
Yeah, he was kind of a big deal. Pit fiends kind of are. But, he just made the wrong move against someone a lot stronger than him, and he's kind of assed out in the Nine Hells, so he's been spending most of his last few years just keeping it either to the Astral Sea or, the mortal world.
Hmm.
He mostly does pirate work by himself.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm typing this stuff out just so you know.
I know. I was actually the one who gave him that nasty scar around his neck.
Definitely did a piece of work there.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was a little bitch, and the person he pissed off was my master. So, he kind of got what was coming to him.
Can I do like insight to see if Payne's kind of like feeling kind of, because I know like her backstory, she's kind of like has a kind of a, I guess, tenuous relationship with the past. Like, is
Yeah,
she feeling okay with talking about this?
Give me a general intelligence.
Okay, we'll do.
She's told you a lot about what she's done, even some of the brutal, fucked up shit that she's done. The one thing that she never mentions or never talks about is her master. You've heard her refer to that name before, or as a master,
Mm-hmm.
or what the situation was like. She hasn't really talked about her birth. She hasn't talked about, like who she worked for and why she worked for them. Those are subjects she always seems to skirt around.
Skirt around as in she wants to avoid, or like skirt around as she just kind of walked over it, kind of.
Give me an insight.
That's kind of what I.
Yeah.
Oh
You have
shit.
You have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
You're right now, you're a little, you're in boss mode right there because you just stared down at Pit Fiend. You didn't piss your pants. So right now, I'm pretty sure you got like a pretty good chubby going on, staring at your little devil lady as you're going out to sea.
In that case, I guess he would just kind of make himself a bit more presentable for.
I don't know if that was actually the case. I was just saying.
I'm saying, like, if you're saying that's what he's feeling, then
It's up to you. I was mostly joking on that one part.
okay.
But if you want to feel that way, I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, because like she's currently busy doing boat work, right?
She often looks over at you.
Well, he's just gonna kind of walk over to her.
Okay.
It's kind of, I guess, just kind of like kind of hold for a sec,
Okay.
make a move a bit.
She kind of giggles at it. She's like, "At least wait till we leave the harbor."
Oh, making me wait, huh?
Well, I mean, unless you want to crash. I mean, I don't have any mind, but I don't mind at all. But I mean, I would really hate to swim back with all you and all your stuff.
Fair. Conrad says he kind of backs off.
So like, don't worry. Once we get out to the outside into the open waters, I can just set us on a straight course. Or
Okay.
anchor us out. Maybe
Whatever
put a
you
sign on the
prefer.
side of the boat. Let everyone know not to disturb us. You know what they say? When the boat is a rocking, don't come a knocking.
He winks at her again.
She winks back. But it takes a little while before you guys get past, and by this point, the sun is setting.
Okay.
It is getting dark. It's getting kind of chilly. But you guys, the wind would be to your guys' back, so you guys would make pretty good fucking speed leaving. So yeah, around nightfall, you guys break out of the bay area because it is a small boat. It's pretty fast.
Mhm.
And eventually she kind of pulls off to the south bound area. She's like, let's get us into a little bit warmer weather.
Okay.
And once you guys get to the open area, from there the winds are gonna start going more southbound. So you guys are really gonna pick up pace.
Okay.
So it's probably around like 9 or 10 when you guys make it around by the Mistvale Mountain area. Like right around here-ish.
Yeah. So I kind of zoomed in too close for the map for a second. Okay, now I see it. Yeah.
And eventually she kind of gets to work. She raises the sails. She drops the anchor, and she just kind of like pauses for a moment, and she just kind of looks out on the water. She's like, "Ah, God, I miss this."
I've never been sailing before, so this is new to me. Well, aside from the one trip
She
to
walks
Lattes.
up and puts her hand right over your mouth in the middle of you talking,
Oh.
and there's a pause, and she points up like towards the sky, and she like gestures towards your ear, like, "Listen."
He does so.
And all you hear is the gentle crashing of water against the boat, low howling of the wind, just very subtle. A little bit of a breeze. It's a little chilly, but she's close to you, so you feel that warmth. And nothing else. And she moves her hand away from your mouth, and she says, "And that's why I like it."
He nods. She still has my hand over his mouth, right?
No, she pulled it away.
Okay.
I'll say for this, she waited till after you nodded and then pulled it away, just because that's cuter.
Yes.
And she looks at you and she's like, "Well, I mean, you got to see the sea. Uh, maybe we could go down to the cabin and you can part my waves." And she winks at you and starts walking towards the cabin area.
He walks towards the cabin area as well.
Okay, I need you to give me a check.
Okay.
Exactly what check I'm talking about.
Yep. Oh wait. Shit. I need the token.
Oh shit. Okay, it's okay because we need to go to this map anyways. Oh no, there's been a couple on-stream buttons, Cletus.
Okay.
Yours was on stream against Gypsy. Okay. It actually kind of makes sense. You're a little sore and tired from the fight.
Mhm.
And it's been a while since you've spent some time with her, so as soon as you guys get down there, it's kind of quick, but it's not bad. Very a little bit more romance than you're used to.
Mhm.
Things tend to be kind of rough with her, but this one it's almost weird. She seems to like hold you more. There's a lot more kissing. And even though she'll bite your lip and, like do a little bit of stuff like that, it's a lot more deeper, passionate stuff. But, the activities end after a while and you guys are kind of laying in bed. And she's kind of cuddled up against you. And she's like, this is nice.
It is.
So I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, us silly.
Okay.
And I just I'm not a mind reader. I'm not the smartest cookie in the bunch. But you only ever seem to see me, and I'm just wondering, what do you think about me? Like, what am I to you?
Yeah, I need to take a pause for myself in character.
Yes, awkward social moments. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should yell in or out of voice. Goddamn.
Okay, real quick, are the rest of you guys got your popcorn ready? Cletus, Nat, Maria,
This is wonderful.
you guys got your popcorn ready?
Okay,
Nat,
I'll
what about
mute
you?
myself because I need a moment.
Yes, okay. Popcorn ready, everyone, and scene. There's a reason why I didn't take this to the other room. She starts to look slightly concerned as you're taking a very long time to respond.
No. That was out of character, Damon. You know that.
Okay, well, I mean, you can't take forever.
I know. I'm
Remember,
ready. I'm
things
ready
gotta
now.
line up a little bit.
I'm ready now.
Okay.
And he's kind of like, he's kind of like, kind of like, so I'm imagining she's looking at him, right? She's like,
Yes.
is she? Okay, yeah.
She's looking down at you, but yes.
Okay.
Actually, no. In this one moment, she's actually leaned down and you are now over her.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was picturing, right?
Yeah.
And then he'll kind of like take his hand on her cheek, right? Kind of brush it slightly, right? And he'll say, it's been a while before I've, it's been a while since I've ever felt comfortable with someone, anyone. I've just kind of been bouncing from town to town, and he's kind of pauses for a second. He's like, I don't know, but when I feel with you, it feels a bit more homey, like I'm home. If that makes sense.
She blushes and she's like, so, I know you're still young and, you still have a little bit of life you kind of get up to where I'm at. So, I don't want you to feel pressured or rush into something, and she like she's kind of looking down at this part, but then she looks up at you and she's like, this is even strange for me to say. I mean, given my upbringing and the life I've lived, and there's just a pause. And she just looks up at you. And she's like, I love you, Conrad.
Conrad will just kind of look at her. He'll give her a kiss real quick, and he'll say, "I love you too." I don't think I've said that one to anyone but my parents.
And again, you don't have to feel forced in this. I know you guys might have to leave La Teste for a while, or
Mhm.
do other things. And if again you're still young, so if you find yourself with another woman or something like that, or man, don't feel like you need to hold back for me. Just know that because I have my job as well. But know that when you're ready, I would like to make a go at this. Maybe quit the squawking box and you know maybe try to start a life together, whether that be on the road killing monsters like you do now, or maybe we both retire to some stupid little silly cottage home and have ourselves a whole bunch of horned little tiefling babies. But depending, I don't know. This is all very strange to me. It's just I've never felt this way with anyone. And I had a long talk with Lady Cat, and she said that I shouldn't miss chances or opportunities in life. So that's why I wanted to take you out on this trip and just let you know how I felt.
And I'm glad that you kind of felt open enough to talk to this with me, and it's something that I've been wanting myself. I didn't want to be the one to bring it up first because of your work. I didn't want to seem a bit too attached. If you understand what I'm saying.
No, I understand, but I'm a little down that you didn't bring it up yourself. But she kind of shrugs, but she kind of giggles to herself a little bit. But I understand.
Yeah, and I just kind of want to take it as we go, and as you said, just kind of see where things take us.
But just know that I don't think I'll ever find a man who will take my heart as you have. So even if you change your mind, just know that I'll always be here for you, Conrad.
He gives
And
her a kiss and a hug.
okay, enough of this soppy stuff. Let's get back to fucking. She kind of pounces on you, and you guys have a nice, lovely evening of fun, cuddling, kissing, and there's a renewed passion in your guys' lovemaking. So for this next round, you get automatic nat 20s for all of your rolls.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys have a ruckus night, and it is amazing. Okay, we will cut there for right now.
Out of character. God damn it! Thank you. Okay, that was out of character.
Okay, let's see what's happening in the tavern. Okay, you guys are sitting at the bar.
Sips milk.
Yep.
What Conrad's doing? Yeah, Conrad, you can have a cigarette. It'll be a minute till we get back to you.
What is Conrad doing? That says just putting a finger to her chin.
I have absolutely no idea.
They're probably fucking.
Yeah, probably. Nat says.
You hear Felton say, "Well, you'd be surprised."
What'd he say?
You'd be surprised.
About what?
What?
I said, what time is it now?
For you guys, it's around 1, 2 in the afternoon, maybe.
Alright. Hey, Felton, can I get a beer?
Yeah, of course. Just an ale?
Yeah.
No. Okay. And he turns, grabs you an ale, slides it over. Just mark off the money for it.
Me too,
How much
please.
is it?
And he grabs one for you as well. And then a pitcher of ale is 2 silver.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'll join in that one as well.
Okay, 2 silver.
Hey, really, what room was Daemosaries in?
I'm sorry.
What room was Daemosaries in this morning?
I think it's actually next to my room. Was it down the hall?
Which is... Oh wait, I know, don't I? I do know. Never mind, I remember.
Don't be surprised if he's naked, Nat says.
I don't think you know the exact
Yeah,
room.
because I'm the one that told him, helped him get up there.
Who? Yeah, but remember you heard it. You didn't investigate.
No, when Davis says went up there, he's like, he wanted me to show him which one was the right room.
Oh yeah, that was you. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I do remember.
I mixed you up with Conrad.
On the
Yep.
earring, Nat says, Demosaries, Cletus is on the way.
Okay, you arrive at the door, Cletus.
Yep. So I head over to the door. Can I open it? Can I try to open it?
That door?
Is it the right? I guess this door. I can see the door.
You grab the doorknob and you turn it, and it's not locked.
Alright. I walk in.
Okay. You see Demosaries laying in bed on his back, completely butt-ass naked. Looks like he's not doing great. He's just kind of staring up at the ceiling. And if you get that close, you're gonna notice that there are bruises all around his neck, his arms, and all around his pelvic region. And he's just
Fantastic.
you see his eyes like look over at you, but his head does not move.
How you doing, buddy? I throw a blanket on top of him to cover his privates.
Yeah, we'll say for the sake of this, yes, there's a blanket to the side.
Okay. And then here, I got you a drink.
You see his mouth open ever so slightly.
I start pouring it in.
He coughs every once in a while, and there's a little bit of spillage, but he doesn't care. He just keeps drinking it. He's like, "Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
I think I'm gonna sleep now.
You don't want me to take you back to our room?
I can't move right now.
I can carry you.
No, I'm afraid something's gonna pop out of place if you do that.
Okay. I'll bring you some more ale later.
And some dinner, please.
Will do, buddy.
And he slowly closes his eyes.
Alright. I'm just gonna head back down to the bar.
Yeah, you're not so jealous of him anymore, are you?
Aren't they great? Nat says to Rory.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all good.
You guys see as Cletus walks back downstairs, probably with a shit-eating grin on his face. I imagine.
You saw it too,
Yeah.
didn't you, Cletus?
I think he got beat up more during the sex than he did during the fight.
From the way he looked? Probably.
You didn't even... Well, if you were just at the door, you didn't see how real bad it was.
I would say it doesn't need healing, but I imagine he probably wants to be alone as well.
He needs to sleep. I'm gonna bring him some ale and some dinner later.
Lord knows he didn't get any last night, as Felton says, wiping down some stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had to listen to that record all evening.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna get another ale.
Surely,
Just
sir.
start setting it. Thanks, Felton.
He nods.
3 copper.
And you hear right out from the back room. You see Lady Catmare run over, grab the copper, and run back out.
God damn it, every time!
Just put the gold in his hands, Cletus. Nat says. Or
Okay.
it's copper.
Don't bother, she'll just take it from me later.
That reminds me, I wonder what job she wanted us to do later.
I don't know.
I'm not allowed to say anything. It's supposed to be a secret.
Well,
Should
you
we
two
be-
have fun with that.
Do we need to be worried?
With Lady Cat, always.
I'm always worried, so she's probably doing a good job.
I was gonna say, can I do an inside check on there?
Sure, what are you trying to incite?
Like, is it
the truth?
like, is it generally should we be worried and scared, or is it like,
Okay, go ahead and
Yeah.
roll it.
is it like, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a second.
Okay. Long pauses make me worry. Ah, dear.
Sorry, secret message.
I noticed. Ah.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it will be fun. Nat says as she downs her ale. How long is the ring gonna be there? Nat says to Felton.
The what?
How long is the ring gonna be there? She does a thumb point over to the little.
Oh, that's a permanent addition.
Ooh. Another day. Another day. She just says quietly.
Just sipping my ale. Yum yum.
I mean, geez, what can we do now? She's rubbing her chin.
Get that, Ruya?
Yep. Got it, just
Okay.
reading. Okay. Okay, it just continues to drink her drink. And just continue to look at him. Yeah.
You guys watch as Ruya stares at Felton as he continues to wipe stuff off.
Can I insight
So how
Ruya?
long do you think you're gonna be here? Yeah.
Sure, you can incite Ruya.
Yay!
She's
Yay!
staring at him.
Okay.
I'm kind of quizzitively, but not overtly quizzitive. She just seems to be observing him.
So how long do you think you're gonna be here, Ruya?
I haven't thought about that. I mean, the job was that whole undead job check thing. I kind of fell through. So, I don't know. I haven't really thought of a plan afterwards.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're more than welcome to stay around.
Do. Yeah, she's gonna be here for a while. And this is to make sure she is. As you watch Sin come down the stairs and hold out his hand.
What are you doing, Sin?
Hold on a second, I'm hearing myself and someone else. I'll be right back. Okay, all fixed? Yep, all fixed. Nope, I'm still hearing myself in Ruya.
Yeah, I think it's mine again. I'll try and level stuff. Yeah, I think that should be sorted now.
Okay, and he holds out his hand.
Yeah. takes a look.
There is a small little black circle in his hand, composed of stone.
Ah, cool. I didn't know you could make those sin.
I can do a lot of things you don't know about.
Yeah,
He
like
wants to talk to me, and he pretends, cries, and walks back up the stairs.
Fair enough.
He's like,
Okay.
"Wah."
We know he's not crying.
I had a question. I wanted to know how he made himself really big.
Magic, Nat says, probably.
So
You have
Rhea,
no idea what I'm talking about.
No, but she pretty much has an idea it's probably magic, regardless.
But Rhea, you now have a small stone little ring in your hand. Looks like an earring.
Do you need help putting that in? Nat asks.
Oh, sorry?
It's
Yeah.
an earring.
Oh.
Rhea, you have no fucking clue what this is or what it does.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just staring at it like, what on earth is this?
It's the earring that we talk in.
Earring that you talk in?
It lets us communicate with each other without actually being next to each other.
Within a,
It's cool. Do you know what an earring is?
Nope. At least I don't think so.
I show her mine.
that shows hers.
Yeah.
Huh.
All of us in the Onyx Circle have one. That's why we're kind of the Onyx Circle.
Is that the thing where you randomly talk but you're not actually...
Yep.
Like... Huh. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could have some help putting this on.
Yeah, that helps her. Does he need to do a con thing?
Yeah, go ahead and do an endurance check.
Okie doke.
Just to see how much of it
Hmm.
kind of wins. It hurts. You're like, "Ee," but you know, it's not the worst thing you've ever felt, and the pain subsides pretty quickly.
Yeah, she just holds onto it. It's like, ow.
Don't worry, pain goes away.
And to talk into it, you have to, hold the ear. Well, the earring, but
Yeah, doesn't go.
Yeah,
Hello.
generally explain how it works.
Wait, did you say that into the earring to her?
Yeah.
Okay. You're just grabbing your ear and talking.
Okay.
Now watch when I do it. Or I'll go over here and do it. I go over there, and then I hold the earring. Can you hear me now?
You can hear him talking from where he's at. Like you can still hear his voice, but in the back of your brain, you also hear another voice of Cletus, a little bit more pronounced and a little bit louder, saying the exact same words. So there's this weird echo effect going on.
Yeah.
Right in my face.
Yeah, I think I can hear that.
Hmm.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Well, let me be the first to officially welcome you to the Onyx Circle, then. I say with a cow smile.
that says one of us, one of us, one of.
You hear over the earring Sin's voice. Yeah, we didn't say that yet.
Maybe you have to give her some sort of initiation. That's as she rubs her hands together.
Cletus.
Yes.
That is not a 24. That is a.
Motherfucker!
Sniped.
He's not even there!
Do you know he's not even here?
No.
You got sniped.
That is a.
I didn't say welcome the Onyx Circle into the earring.
I know.
Hmm.
He also responded to that by saying we didn't agree to that. And that is now a. What's your bonus?
My bonus. This was a 5.
The charisma bonus is a 5. Okay, so that is
With
a.
mod plus FL.
Okay, so that is a 7.
Hmm.
You watch as he smiles, and there are just large pieces of his breakfast still in his mouth. You're like,
I'm just gonna like point at his mouth, and then I think you got some food in your teeth.
God damn it, Sin! It's not saying this and
You hear a phantom giggle coming from the steps.
I just want to be a ladies' man. Ah.
You'll get there.
Not
You'll
saying
get
that.
there one day, and that's
I'm not saying that in character.
you'll get one day. I just say randomly.
Okay. Or who will get one what?
Rip
And you
Cletus.
You see Sin appear on the stairs. He's like, okay, that's 2 experiments successful, as he walks back up the stairs.
Bastard.
You hear Ruria, you hear faintly coming from the top of the stairs. There's 3 more to do today.
Hmm.
No.
Could I at least help without being the target?
Do you say that?
Yes.
You didn't hear him say anything.
No, I
Oh, it's
didn't.
just me?
Your
Oh.
passive perception.
Damn it. She's gonna be like, get a brave of worriedness, but it's like, I get a feeling we're gonna have more of this coming.
Hmm.
Yeah, Cletus. Sorry, you inadvertently volunteered to be Sin's guinea pig today.
Ah!
Oh.
I had a great fucking roll too.
I know.
She's just gonna play with her ear now while it's there. Like, it probably like feels uncomfy, so just keep playing with it.
Yeah, it takes a little bit, but the pain subsides, and you know, you could toss a healing word on it.
No, I'll leave it. If I didn't take any damage from it, I'll leave it.
I mean, it's bleeding a little bit, so you could be like,
Oh, if it's bleeding. Okay, yeah, I'll do it then.
Yep.
If it's-
it helps make it a little less tender.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, sorry, Cletus. He has some new rituals and some new stuff. He's, needs to work on.
Hmm.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
I chugged my ale.
Okay, give me an endurance check.
Was Sin asking?
Huzzah!
Was Sin asking for guinea pigs, or was it just Aruria because of her passive perception?
Oh, that was just her.
That was just her hearing it. He wasn't.
No.
Yeah, he wasn't directing it towards you guys.
The joys of having good ears.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how long is it till? What was it you said before dinner? I just.
Got a couple hours before dinner.
Mm.
Hmm.
That actually does look the ruins at weren't you going out to look for something to shop or something, or?
Yeah, I figured I should probably I imagine buy a few things to check. I mean, I was debating getting a guy's kit at some point, looking for some other bits of extra equipment. If I'm gonna be here for longer than I thought, I should probably stock up on stuff.
Well, Melanoria said he'd have the potions for me later. Don't know if this is later or not, but we can go do shopping and then check with him last.
Mm. You know, it's just awkward. I mean, Bardin used to do all the shopping beforehand because of, well, I can imagine you can guess. And now I've got to figure all that out as well.
It's either that or play with weapons, and Nat shows Nat activates a dynamic weapon. Maybe like a battle axe or something.
Was it intermediate to get battle axe? Like,
Do you have confirmation?
I was trying to talk and it was not.
Oh yeah. You weren't catching up. It wasn't catching at all. You were just
Yeah,
coming
no,
up. Like,
my mic was flipped out, so it was muted. Yeah, you guys watch as she pulls out her dagger and it transforms in an arcane flash into a large battle axe. And she kind of like weebles for a split second with it because, you know, the quick shifting weight.
didn't see it
But
coming.
she gets it under control.
She has a silly grin on her face. As she's just holding the battle axe. But she doesn't swing it around because furniture.
Yeah,
Fel-
Felton is keeping an eye on you.
Don't worry, your furniture's fine.
His
So
eyes
Corn comes down and wants to make a fort out of him.
A fort out of what?
Out of the furniture. The chairs.
Pretty sure you're the only one who made a fort out of furniture.
I know, but I could see Corn doing that.
This guy's pillow fort. It's pretty much a pillow mansion at this point.
I call it the Pillow Palace. I'm also working on a plumbing fixture.
Alright then.
yeah, we're always not thinking about how on earth it would work.
Felton would make it work. Just like
So,
just like those-
shopping?
oh.
So what are you guys doing? Just sitting in the tavern awkwardly in silence?
No, like
Say no, but that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Felton is just kind of wiping a glass, staring at you three like, fuck are these weirdos doing?
I mean, well, that first shop you took me, I imagine that's going to
we all can't be going on dates and things.
Yeah. The other shop that you went to, I imagine the guy in there was busy dealing with the first shop.
Do you,
Now,
need
all
some,
the
do you need some new clothes, Roya?
Oh, sorry?
Do you need some new clothes? We can go put it clothes.
And just to give it context, it's been a while since you guys went over to Melanodius, so you don't know if he's still busy or not. It's been like an hour or so, at the
Yeah.
very least. It's been like 2 hours actually.
Hmm.
You could all.
That might
I mean,
actually
if
be a
you're.
good idea to go.
Let's go.
Make
Then.
it up in new clothing.
All right, let's go.
Doing stuff.
Okay, so do you guys leave?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, following.
Okay, you guys make your way out to the test. Where would you guys like to go?
Let's head to the haberdashery, right? What you sell clothing.
Sure.
Girls' night.
The haberdashery. I'm not a fucking girl, Nat.
You guys make your way through town. And as you guys are going through the market, you guys do see that Melanodis' door is open. But you guys pass through the market and you guys make your way to the haberdashery.
I go see if it's open.
It is.
Yeah, and I-
First thing you notice is there's currently a guard who is hammering away at some wood planks at the front end of the store.
Like repairing a hole?
No, it looks like he's covering up the windows.
Well, extra security, I guess.
And he kind of has like his like kind of armor, his guard uniform. It's like he has his helmet off, he has the chain mailed down. Like he has his weapon to the side. Like, you know, he's definitely down dressed, and he seems like he's just, you know, working on this task.
Alright, I head on in then.
Okay. You guys enter into the store.
Yep.
I transform the battle axe back to its dagger form before I go in.
Okay. It's
We
already.
can't find the hood is up.
It's transferred back before you got here.
Yay.
It's more than an encounter to get over here.
You know, so the can't find the hood is up on one of them.
Okay. Well, you guys enter the shop, and you're immediately. The first thing you see is Mrs. Welton staring at the now being boarded up window, just kind of like, oh, that man and his crazy ideas. Welcome. Welcome to the shop. It's lovely to see you guys. It was an amazing fight last night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And good afternoon.
And you watch the little boy run out from out the counter. Oh! And he just runs up towards Nat with his mouth agape. And
Nat,
Miss
do the thing.
Miss Welton like looks
What
down.
thing?
She's like, leave the kind lady alone. She's here to shop. But Mom, she. And he's just like looking at you, like just waiting in anticipation.
What is she, like, would it be insight to have a slight idea of what she's referring to?
He?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Insight. He saw the fight, so you think that he's waiting for you to do something cool.
What are you waiting around for? I don't know, something cool?
Me too, kid. Me too. What would she do? What would she do?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm thinking either activating the dress or maybe fire hands, but not near the clothes. Not near the clothes.
Okay, you take a step back.
Fire hands.
Okay, you activate your dagger, turn them into talons, and ignite them with your fire. And oh, mommy! He starts tugging at her dress. Oh my God, that's what she did in the fight when she beat up the devil man. Oh, can I have your autograph?
Sure.
He runs over to the counter and just grabs a piece of paper and a quill and runs back over and hands them to you, expectingly.
She writes her name in there.
What do you write on it?
Yeah, I write Madeline.
Just Madeline.
Madeline Ashbourne, and all fancy like.
He takes the paper and looks at it for a second, like, can you write your other name on here?
Oh, of course, and she does so.
What do you write?
What's the other name? You mean like the?
Give me an intelligence check.
Crap! You mean her actual Elven name, or more like that little nickname that?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh God!
Nope.
You have no fucking clue what he's talking about.
I write Naturia, Wildfire, Ashbourne. Otherwise, I have no idea. It's like...
He takes it from you and he runs back into the back room. She's like, you didn't have to do that, but thank you.
No
I'm going
problem.
to hear about that all night as she rolls her eyes. But what can I help you with today?
No, we just wanted to come look around.
Well, you've been in my store before. If you need any assistance, just let me or my daughter know.
Sounds good.
And she kind of clasps her hands together and walks around the counter and just kind of stands there.
Because if Bro's just gonna look around for like like mask stuff or like stuff that can cover her face more.
There is a section with masks.
Cool.
Rhea, you would understand this.
Okay.
In about a month, there is a celebration that's coming up. Where it's basically, it's a long-standing tradition that many years ago in the history of Leteste, or Elois and Leteste, there was always, like, times where, like, they were always under siege. And this is, like, hundreds of years ago. When the peace, was still well, thousands of years ago. Well, 1,000 years ago. Like when people used to always have to deal with attacks of monsters, beasts, things like that, devils, demons. And ever since that had settled down, there has always been this kind of like thing that people would do for children is basically like they would tell their children that, once a year they would all dress up into like monstrous costumes, and it would be a chance for them to scare away the monsters. And it just turned into a tradition that every year they started doing it, and then it grew over time, to the point where like people started like going around and like trying to scare people. Some people used to get, like some people start giving treats and things like that. Like whoever was the scariest or whoever scared the most, or there's different things like that. Basically, it's Halloween. You guys, I see all these text messages. Yes, it's basically Halloween. And most of these masks are in that kind of design. So they're kind of a little bit more monstrous, fangs, things like that, a little bit more scary. A lot of them are wood, painted, not like plastic or rubber masks that we have, but more like just a wood. There is one metal one that has like a devil's face etched into it. But that's about it for just masks that have readily available.
Okay, there's nothing like
But
kind of
as-
low key.
But as you're looking at it, Mrs. Welton kind of like goes around the counter and gets kind of close to you, and she kind of leans in to kind of see your face a little bit. She's like, "Oh, are you looking for a mask for this year's festival?"
No, just something a bit more low key. Nothing too massively decorated.
Okay, you notice that she is leaning down to see your face. Do you allow her?
I was gonna say, you said she was Melton's wife.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then I'll. She's like all hesitant, but she lets her do it.
Oh, why would you want to cover up such a beautiful face?
And Nat says, I know, right?
I've always been told to cover it up, and I'm outside, so it's more natural, I guess.
Yeah, I understand. Some people they're stupid.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for something, maybe I could make something?
You could do that?
Of course. If I can't do it, I could always help those, or ask for help from those two dopes a few stores down. Where you have no clue what she's talking about. The other two, you probably get a good idea who she's referring to.
That'd be a great help, thank you. Right.
What are you looking for?
Something just to, like, cover
Okay,
the face.
We will pause right now.
Yeah.
After this session, we will talk about designing you a mask.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
say that you go over everything. And she's like, well, I mean, something like that. If we keep the material simple, I think I could make something like that for about, if it's not something too fancy, maybe 4 gold.
Yeah, that's grand, thank you.
Okay. And she goes over and starts writing down notes and stuff on a piece of paper about the things that you said, the design notes and stuff like that. And she holds her hand out.
Yeah, she gives the 4 gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she says, it should take me a few days to work something up, but I'll be able to get it back to you maybe by the end of the week.
Yep, sounds good.
And if you're not around, I'll just you're staying at the Squawking Box, correct?
Yeah, I am.
Hanging out with these people.
Yes.
Okay. I'll be sure that if you're not around, I'll drop it off there. I'll send my daughter over there.
Okay.
And your name?
Maria.
Okay. What a lovely name. And she writes that down on the paper. Is there anything else I can help you guys with?
Cletus is looking for sundresses.
Sundresses?
Yes.
What type?
I don't know. Is there like a blue one?
Sure. It's just sundress is very God, this is gonna sound bad, but sundress is kind of vague. There are lots of different designs, setups, types, things like that. So, is there any
I'm sorry, I'm not a fashion person.
I know, and it's so sad that I know this.
One that will look nice.
Goddamn you, RuPaul's Drag Race. Sure. You get a pretty blue dress, you find one.
Sorry.
What size are you looking at for? That's the better question.
Size for Ruya.
Okay. You kind of eyeball her a little bit. You kind of look at the dress, and you're just staring at the racks. You're like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I've never done this before. But you see a blue one, and you just kind of grab it.
Sorry. I know you don't like to show your face outside, Ruya, but maybe you could wear something like this when you're inside. It would make you look good.
That's like,
Maria, you look over at this blue, bright color, and it is very revealing. Not like revealing of your body, but for you,
Yes,
very
I know
revealing.
exactly. I know exactly the dress.
And you just feel that cold shudder run through your body.
Nat can kind of relate.
There is not a charisma check involved with this. This is her own thing.
Okay.
You're going.
Can I do an inside check on all this?
You really don't have to. It's pretty obvious. But yeah, you immediately just like, you shake your head no, tell them no. Like, what's your reaction to this?
Why do you say that?
No, I just thought it looked nice.
She's like shaking. I imagine she's quite obviously brushed and she has no idea what to say.
Yeah.
She's not saying no, but she's like,
Give me an insight
What?
check, Cletus.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the sense she is 100% not comfortable with this situation. She's not comfortable with that dress, and you are trying to push something on her way too fucking soon.
Alright, I put it
She's not
back.
comfortable with this at all.
I put it back.
You're asking the girl who's trying to buy a mask, who's always in a hood, to wear a blue sundress. Also, mind you, it's the fall.
yeah.
Okay, Cletus just awkwardly slides it back on the rack. It's like he stares at the dress for a second. Someday.
She's like gonna put her hood on a bit more, cover up a bit more, and be like, not saying it out loud, but thinking, what was that about?
And strike
Socially
out.
awkward. Yeah. Socially awkward moment. Socially awkward.
I asked Mrs. Welton how her and the kids are doing.
Oh, they're fine. But the big doof decided to board up my shop because of what happened last night. He has a lot to take care of, so he doesn't really want to have to worry about our shop being, anything happening to it. So I understand. He has enough stress in his life right now. We don't need to add to it.
After what she has seen, understandable. After the stress she's seen, it's understandable. And it was like what was his name? It was pretty much mentioning the boy from earlier.
Oh shit. Wait. I know I have it written down. Give me a second. It's never come up before, I don't think. It's funny because you guys don't even know his first name. Oh, Samuel.
Samuel, huh?
You guys even know Miss Welton's name?
The first name,
Hey.
no.
God, you don't even know Captain Welton's first name. And you guys don't know a lot of people. Now that I think about it, I'm looking at this list of NPC names. I'm like, you guys don't know that one. You guys don't know that one.
I was like, oh, he seems very nice. Reminds me of my son back at home. I was quite sad to hear that I couldn't write back to them.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough on a lot of people. Like, I know I'm going to have to struggle because, you know, I usually send my supply requests out for fabrics, things like that. But now, you know, if I run out of my storeware, you know, it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle to let them know that I need more.
I
But
do
the
hope.
test will
Go
prevail.
ahead.
That was it. The test will
Okay.
prevail.
I do hope they fix it soon.
Well, I mean,
However
that
they
was
can.
kind of a unique setup in the first place. We were blessed to have it as, anyways. And with them all dead, I really don't see what the chances are of getting some more in there.
Yeah, I heard how expensive that would be. And they seem a little, you know, what's the word for it? Yeah, they seem to be struggling as is. That's what she says.
Yeah, we all will, but you know, luckily and thanks to all of your guys' efforts, things are starting to get somewhat back to normal.
I do it
We're
for
trying our best.
I do it for moms everywhere. Nat says with a stupid smile on her face.
And we thank you for that. You know, Elois is a strange place. You know, even with the recent events happening, I don't think there's a place in the world that you can find that is, I mean, well, frankly, as nice as it is. Even though, you know, in such a small area, we have so many different villages, kingdoms, and groups. You know, the peace is nice. It's, you know, I know some of the creatures and things that exist in Bator, and in most places, I'm sure if, you know, wherever you all hail from, if you guys heard that there was a whole kingdom of mind flayers, you guys would be freaking out. But here, it's just there, and we don't have to worry about it. And that's why, you know, if no one ever says it, we are very thankful because, you know, you guys do play a part in keeping this place and this Elois in general, I mean, safe and at peace. And you give me a perception check. You guys all can give a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Rhea, you're just too covered up at the moment. You've
Yep.
recoiled.
Yeah.
But Cletus and Nat, you notice that Miss Welton is holding back a tear. She's very emotional about this. Her appreciation and kindness and feeling of you guys doing what you guys have done, you can see the appreciation on her face, and that this is a very serious matter. She just kind of looks down towards her daughter and just kind of back up at you and just kind of wipes her eyes real quick. Oh, enough about that. But is there anything else I could help you guys with today?
I think that's it. Thank you.
And she smiles and nods.
Yeah, for no reason, Nat takes a look at the sundresses.
Okay, there are only so many here. It is getting out of season, so you know whatever is there. They tend to be like real prime summer dresses. A lot of them are no sleeves, things like that. They are sundresses to the max. A couple of them are kind of short.
Always short. Nat likes to wear it loose.
I was gonna say, Rory's just gonna look at a dress as well and just stare at it.
There are a few that are kind of loose and flowing. I mean, as sundresses tend to be. Sundresses tend to not be super tight overall. I mean, they can hug certain parts of your body, but overall they tend to be loose and flowing. God, it's weird. I have to explain this to a person because I realize that even though you're playing a female character, you probably don't understand this. God, I should have, and I would have Ruia explain it or Miki, but.
I will.
No offense to Mickey.
No, I
She
I
knows,
know
she
it.
knows.
I know exactly. 2 seconds. I'll find the perfect one.
Okay. So, you're staring at a rack of dresses.
Cletus is standing by the door.
Nat, I will say this much. You notice that there is none really suiting your normal palette.
Of course.
None on fire. Sorry.
You get the sense that these are probably just the ones that are left over from the summer and spring. Most of the clothing in here has been shifting to more fall and winter stuff. I mean, there are a lot of dresses that are a little bit more long sleeves, things like that, a little bit frillier, a little bit more of the winter and fall kind of dress wear.
Someday, Nat says. Someday.
I hate to say it, you already kind of got a sundress going on. Okay, so you guys sit there and awkwardly stare
No.
at clothing in silence as Cletus is standing by the door.
Yeah, Nat says, we'll probably be back. I'll probably be back when the fall set kind of gets in stock, but otherwise just
Yeah.
browsing.
Yeah, I'll come back in a few days. and
The thing-
then yeah, starts to walk out.
The thing Nat's wearing is pretty close to that. God, it's like
Yeah, but your dress is not really average, like design. That's genasi wear.
you don't even know the the difference between what she originally had and then never mind. But she gives a wave. She gives a wave and she goes for the door.
Okay. You guys leave the shop, and Mrs. Welton waves you guys out. So I can't wait till the one day I'll be able to say her name. And right as you guys are leaving, right through the back door, the little curtain moves, and you see the son kind of waving mad. Like he has in one arm clutched the piece of paper, kind of crumpled up a little bit because he's kind of hugging it, and he's just waving mad at you guys as you guys are leaving.
Nat waves back pretty mad too. Like, yeah.
He's like, ah. He covers up his mouth and blushes. Like, you got to remember, this is like the kid just met like a WWE wrestler or like a rock star or something. Like, he's definitely fanning out.
She understands because her son is like that sometimes. Not her daughter though. Definitely not her daughter though. What is that?
Okay, so you guys are outside of the haberdashery.
Yes.
I'm gonna head to Melanodius's.
Okay, do you guys follow?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys make your way
Yeah,
over
just-
to Melodius.
No.
What was that, Rhea?
No, I'm just saying, yeah, just following.
Okay. You guys make your way over there.
The door's still open. Then
Yes.
I just walk.
It's propped open.
I walk in.
Okay. You guys walk in, and there's Melanodius there, and he's at the at his counter. He's wearing his apron and stuff like that, his little experimentation apron, and You guys notice as you guys are walking, there's a little bit of smoke exiting the front of the store. And as you guys walk in, you notice that there's kind of like a smoke just kind of around the ceiling level. And it seems to be thinning out. You suspect there was probably more earlier.
Yeah. How's it going, Melanodius?
Great, I guess. A bit busy, but what can I help you guys with?
Talked about potions earlier.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Okay, sorry. I don't know
Yeah,
how
with
long.
everything going on, you might want to just check back in the morning. I'll finish him later tonight after I close up shop, but things keep stacking up.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Uh,
Is there anything you need help with?
oh, plenty, but and he kind of looks you up and down. Probably nothing you could help me with.
Yeah.
And then
Sure,
he
is
looks
this-
over at Nat. Well, maybe I could use some help with you. As a smile goes across his face. As he's not looking at you, you think that he's looking at like the arcane power within you, and he's just
I figured. Nat shudders like, ugh. Still going, ugh.
But anyways, how could I help you all?
Yeah, I was just gonna say we were just gonna look around the shop and see like what's for sale.
There are plenty of things. What you looking for?
Oh, I'm trying to remember what I talked about. We talked about the
Stuff?
books. Yeah, these stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going across, because you've heard, like little bits about the, what we've talked about in some of your books and some of your training.
Yeah.
And first thing you do notice is as you're going around, there's a shelf with little boxes and little bags and pouches. And you go over and you kind of open up one, and in the one pouch, what appears to be ivory at first, you realize, oh no, this is bone. And you find a very nice set of what you're looking for with engravings on each one. Basically what I showed you in that one picture,
Yeah.
you find that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll pick this up and is there any books?
There's
around?
there are lots of arcane books, but they're all over the place.
Oh, okay. Hmm,
Could always ask him.
yeah. I'm just trying to remember what the books are called.
Which books?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember.
Okay,
Oh, hang on.
because
Yeah, I remembered it now. Yeah, I got it up.
because the
yeah.
one thing is not technically a book.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of those things are sold individually.
If you go up to was it Melanodius, is that how you say it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I almost forgot. You see before you a satyr.
Okay.
Yes, I almost forgot that. I keep forgetting that I need to describe these people to you because you haven't been with us. Yes, this is, and you're gonna love the title of this store. It's called The Toad in the Hole.
Okay.
And it is run by a satyr male, who's basically wearing like an old school medieval lab coat. It's white, tons of stains on it. There's like blackened smears of something, red smears, green smears. Like it's a mess. And he's kind of eyeballing you as you're like walking around. He sees you grab the pouch, and he sees you walking like kind of towards the front, looking at the other stuff. He's like, "Could I help you find anything?"
Yeah, I'm looking for ritual books or books that contains rituals.
Question: are you looking for a book that you may start to fill out with rituals?
Yes.
We have a few of those in our shop. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just one to start out?
Want to start out if you have any books that also contain rituals, so I can start copying and writing them down.
I mean,
That'd be.
we do have a few books that have already been filled out with some of them. But I mean, a lot of those are kind of niche, and Sometimes you get stuff that you don't really need or want, so it all depends on what you're looking for.
Hmm. Mainly stuff to deal with the undead, that sort of subject.
You see him grab his, satyr billy goat beard, and you see a big smile go across his face. The dead, you say? And
Yes.
he just gives this smile at you. Follow me, and he just gestures his finger to follow him. And he goes over
Okay.
to the break in the counter, and where there's like a little hinged, like little desk, or not desk. What are those things? It's a hinge with it's like a bar hinge.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And he lifts it up, and he gestures you to enter the back part of his room.
Yeah, I follow.
And he snaps his fingers, and Cletus and Nat, you watch as all these eyeballs appear inside the store. These weird, almost semi-phantom-like, ghostly eyes appear all across the room in different places, corners, all over. And they all blink for a couple seconds, and they all look right at you two. And you guys notice, like, if you move slightly left, they're following you. If you move slightly right, they're following you.
Nah, we're being watched.
You don't
And,
say.
And Melanodius takes you to a back room, and he passes by there. There's tons of stacks of books, boxes with the smells immediately hit you. There's charcoal, kind of a manure smell, sweet smells, tons of crazy smells back here. And you guys walk through that little area, and he opens up a door, and you see immediately you're in open space, and then immediately behind there's a very tall square building. And he walks along there. If you guys look at the map, that square behind the building, that's basically where you are.
Okay.
And he walks in there,
Damn,
and
okay. That is a shot.
he walks over towards the door, and he takes his finger and runs it across there, drawing a symbol. And as soon as he does it, like, he doesn't, like, there's not anything drawn, he just traces it, and as soon as it finishes, that symbol that he traces glows on the door, and the door opens. And he beckons you inside.
Yep. Continues to follow.
And he finds he goes through, and he starts going through different books and stuff like that, and eventually he finds a stack of books. He starts going through it. It's like, I would have never thought anyone would be in here looking for something like this. So it's been kind of a tough sell, so luckily for you, you might be able to get a kind of a deal.
Okay.
And he starts rummaging through it. It takes him a moment to get through it all.
Yeah, she just continues to look around.
As he's doing
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
And but eventually he here it is, and he pulls out a very old book. It is a bound book. The covering looks very strange. And he grabs the book and goes to show it to you, and then immediately looks at you, looks at your face, looks at the book, and looks back at the face. He's like, "Oh,
I just show him like the holy symbol thing. Just say,
no, that's not the issue.
Okay.
Give me a perception check."
okay.
Okay. Now give me a. Ooh, what check would this be? That's a loaded check. Oh, that's kind of a weird one. It could be heal. It could also be nature. I mean, yeah. Give me a heal check.
That's good because that's my child.
Okay, you immediately look at this book. This is not a leather-bound book. It takes a moment in this awkward pause, and you immediately realize this is skin.
Oh.
but this is not human skin. You look at the complexion, you look at the tone, and you immediately look at your hand real quick, and then you look back at the book. Pretty close to your skin tone.
Okay, and she just continues to look at it and be like,
Yes, I can guess by your look you can kind of understand what this book is bound in. But, let that not bother you.
no,
You're
it's okay.
Ruia, correct?
Yes, how did you know?
Oh, I got ears and eyes everywhere. And looking around, you see eyeballs floating around in this room.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh.
but I also know that you probably have no issue with the dead, so, let's not worry about this. Now, I will say that this book is kind of pricey. I don't know, how much money you're working with.
No, I've got. She just looks at her pouch. Is like, I think I got quite a bit. How much was you thinking?
Well, I mean, considering what rituals are in this book, I mean, it's about with everything that's in here, it's probably going to be about 7,000 gold.
Yeah.
And
am.
as soon as you do that, he's like, but hear me out.
Okay.
I do a lot of experimentation, and through that, sometimes I need some strange resources, let's say. And there is one resource that I've never really been able to get my hands on. So I might be able to work out a deal with you.
Okay.
If you're willing to assist me with a few of my experiments and the resources I need, I would be willing to part with this book for. Oh, the young lady definitely needs some ritual components. Well, first, I would say you probably need to study this first. So, 500 gold?
Yeah, sure. Nodded and agree. Yeah,
And
that's so good.
basically, I'm not gonna need much. A little bit of skin, a little bit of bone, maybe some hair, blood. Just a few things. But do not fret. You won't feel anything, and you'll be back as Rain before you know it.
Right, can I do an insight check on that?
Yes.
Cool.
Insight combined with intelligence.
Yeah.
Actually, insight combined with arcana. I know you're not trained in it, but
Yeah.
do it. Okay. You get the sense that he's talking about these resource components are you.
Yeah, I'm going with the book. That probably makes sense. I mean, that is a big discount you're getting. You said I'll be fine afterwards?
Oh, of course, I can guarantee you that. I mean, I only, have mistakes every once in a while. Just don't talk to your friend Nat. I can assure you that you will be safe in my hands, and you can even have one of your friends or anyone observe whatever I do to make sure that you're not, in any serious harm.
I've had mistakes. Don't ask your friends.
You'd be like, okay. Yeah, you're friends with Sin, right?
He's kind of an asshole, but he's probably the only person in town who I can really speak of things like this to. So he's a great acquaintance, you could call.
Okay. Okay, you've been out of hand for a handshake.
Okay.
Yeah.
You watch him take his hand, and he traces a symbol in his hand, and you watch the symbol start to glow as he reaches out his hand towards you.
Okay.
And as soon as you clasp hands and he shakes, he pulls away your hand, and now the symbol is it glows for a second in your hand and it fades away. And don't worry about that. You know, this is a large sum of money, so just to make sure things are in the up and up, it's just a simple tracking spell. You know, I'm not a perv or anything, so I won't be watching your every move. But you know, it just in case. I like to keep, you know, my own business matters safely dealt with, so this is just a little bit of insurance. You need not fret.
No, that's fair enough. You're already doing such a large discount, so it makes sense.
Oh, an appreciative customer. It's been a long time since I've had one of those. And he gestures you to leave his little tower.
Yep, I just leave.
You go back through the store exactly the way you guys come, and after about like 5 minutes, you guys see as Melanodius and Rhea enter back in the store. She is carrying, I'm guessing, a hug to your chest.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You watch as she's walking in with a set of books clutched to her or a book clutched to her check. God damn it! Why can I
Yes.
say that?
Nat is checking her. She's not saying anything, but she's checking her. Like,
What are you checking?
See
we
if
did
she's
anything
alright.
weird to her. It's like something.
Perception check. Combined with an insight. Because this is another layered one. Because you're checking to see if anything's wrong, and then you're...
Double 21.
Okay, so she seems... Explain probably what is going on with your face and what you're probably looking like a little part nervous, part excited, part worried, part scared. Part...
Yeah, it's a mix between
Yeah.
she's happy about what just happened, but she's also nervous about just what happened. It's like a mix between good emotions and slightly bad emotions.
But as looking at her goes, like she seems perfectly fine. She's all
Yeah.
there. And you watch as Melanodius comes in with the biggest smile you have ever seen, even bigger than when he was happy about you.
No, I don't care. Any kind of smile he has is not fun at all. No. No way.
Did you get a little reading material there, Aurelia?
Yep, she just nods.
And for this, in total, it's only going to be 550 gold for the book and those.
Oh, okay.
As he points to your sack of bones.
Yeah, she'll just give him the money.
Okay. Thank you for doing business. And he gives a very deep bow, like over the top deep bow. And he kind of looks back up, and he kind of like looks at Cletus and Nat. And anything else I can do for you guys today?
What happens if... I'm gonna go over and whisper to him. What happens if I say Fluffer Nickel while you're still in here?
Then you say Fluffer Nickel. And he rolls his eyes like, what a weirdo.
Alright. Nope, all good.
Okay, well, without further ado, please leave my shop. I'm busy.
Alright, bye.
We'll
Yeah,
do.
she's gonna make-
We'll do. Thanks.
And he's like leaning over and just eyeing Rui up as she walks over, which is the biggest grin on his face. Like his hands kind of rubbing together, like, yes.
She's waiting for those two just to like get out the store and say, just let me know when you need the
Oh, I will be
resources.
sure to let you know.
And then she'll just walk out.
That still goes.
Okay. And just to let you know, I will read through the list.
Yeah.
You have, in your book, you have Seal's Death Door.
Yep.
Undead Ward. Delay
Okay.
Affliction. Discern Lies.
Mhm.
Cure Disease.
Yep.
Read Omens.
Yep.
Speak with Dead.
Okay.
Corpse Light. Undead Servitor.
Okay.
Ancestral Whispers.
Okay.
Grave Sight.
Mhm.
Raise Dead. And Remove Affliction.
Nice.
All the ones I already have on the list. That's good.
We did.
Throughout the week, I will add them to your list.
Yeah.
I'll set up a ritual book. Now, you still need to spend a lot of time looking over this. You're probably going to have to talk about, you know, like, probably talk with someone who knows ritual casting to really get into it.
Yeah, she's gonna be
Now-
reading it every single time that she can.
You will need outside help, though.
Yeah.
This is not something you can just read and figure out.
Yeah.
But you do have an idea that Sin does this, so.
Yeah.
So we didn't close the door yet to Melodious' shop, right?
No, it's still open.
So yeah, as she exits, she looks at Ruru and says, "Oh, well, I definitely gotta tell you, how his last that one experiment went." And then she just closes the door.
I mean, I'm kind of want to say metagaming. That's,
No, I'm pretty much saying that to Ruria, but I'm pretty much trying to close the door after I say that. I don't think it's.
well, I mean,
So,
Right. Honestly, I was meant to telling her, but I guess that's not the time. No, not that. Forget about that. Oh, what was I going to say?
I'll allow it just because it's funny. And as you look back,
I mean, it kind of sparks it up. Always seeing that weird guy, like, every time. Like, I actually was going to tell her anyway.
well, you watch as Melodious crosses his arms as you say that, and just stares at you, and he snaps his finger, and the door shuts. Give me a dex check, Nat.
Am I getting hit with another door?
oh my god.
Of course.
You take 3 damage as your fingers are crushed in the door.
Ouch! Does a little like hand wiggle.
No, your hands. The tips of your fingers are missing,
Eh.
Oh.
and you are bleeding. It's 3 damage. That's all. Yeah, it's not no shake your hand because you pinched it.
Yeah, she's definitely shaking her hand from that, but then it's like, oh.
And as you shake it, blood flings all over Rhea and Cletus.
Oops. She stops as soon as she realizes that.
Yeah, Cletus and Rhea are hit with a splattering of blood.
Sorry.
Come on, Matt.
I don't know what you're
You're
talking
okay.
about. Oh. Ah.
Yeah,
Let's
she's
just
gonna
go
do
back to the
healing
squawking
word.
box.
Okay, you use healing word.
Yeah.
Your fingers start scabbing over and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They still look like they're missing like little bits of flesh, but it'll probably take a day or 2 for it to like really heal over. Okay, you guys make your way back to the squawking box.
I was just messing with him, she says as she's holding her fingers. Kind of.
And it's getting towards evening time, right around a little bit before dinner. You guys make your way to the squawking box, and as soon as you guys get inside, you see Felton and Lady Catmara at the bar, and Lady Cat is looking at you two, and says, "Ladies, you guys ready to help me?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
come right this way." And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh no. Fun times.
I mean, technically, I guess if you guys wanted to keep going for a little bit more.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I was kind of enjoying this session.
Yeah, so was I.
A lot of weirdness.
Yes.
Yeah, I will set up your ritual book, but you need to grab the feet. You need to spend a lot of time with this. But we'll go over the rules and stuff for all that. Like, you probably won't be able to get into this. Again, not until at least level 8. And on top of that, then once you have the ritual feat, that's when you actually start mastering the rituals.
Yep.
You can't spend this time until then to master it.
Yep.
Because technically you don't have the knowledge to do so.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead and end tonight's stream, Nat.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and